Hello, my friends. Welcome to the show. This episode of the Greenlight Weekend podcast is sponsored by Dead Room Comedy. Dead Room Comedy is a production company and comedy group based in Denver, Colorado. Check out their website, deadroomcomedy.com, where you can subscribe to weekly one-liners, get an email every Monday with original jokes to laugh through the workday. Also, check them out at Dead Room Comedy on Instagram and Facebook, where you can find sketches, stand-up clips, and find out when live shows will resume. You guys know, I've said it many times, I'm a giant fan of Dead Room Comedy. They're good friends, Elliot Weber, Jacob Jonas, Josh Emerson, and Jeff Stonick, and they're doing things. They're making things happen. Elliot Weber came down a couple weeks ago, and we organized the park show at Rotary Park. We just got comedians together. We got some people to show up for an audience. We actually got people off the Riverwalk just walking around that wanted to see what was going on. I think everybody was just craving some entertainment and just some community, just being able to hang out together. And that only happened because Elliot Weber came down. So shout out to Dead Room Comedy as well as Comic Uprising, who helped organize that. I love Dead Room Comedy. All right, yeah, go check them out. They do the weekly one-liners, and they actually pay comics for those jokes that you see on the weekly one-liners. So I'm a giant fan, and I think you should be too. This episode of the podcast is with our good friend Jason Balmforth. Jason he's the guest I hear most about. He's the guest that people say, have him back on, get him talking, because he has some crazy fucking stories, and this podcast was no exception. We heard a bunch about Bourbon Street. We heard about working in a porn store in San Francisco. We heard all kinds of crazy shit. We talked religion. We talked about the quarantine. We talked conspiracy theories. We talked all kinds of shit. This was a great episode. I had a good fucking time, and I hope you guys enjoy it as much as I did. Before we get going, shout out to the Whiskey Reel podcast. They're doing good things. I'm a big fan of the Whiskey Reel. They just got their 100th episode done. Even though we're past 100 episodes, I don't want to do episode 100 without Phil. So once that baby gets vaccinated and we can get Phil in here for an hour and a half, then we're going to do episode 100. We're probably going to drink heavily and just have a good fucking time. So yeah, episode 100 is coming. Shout out to the Whiskey Reel. And as always, shout out to my boy Ethan Esparza at Hip Hop Trip on SoundCloud. He is the soundtrack to the Greenlight Weekend. Every song you hear on this podcast is coming straight from Trip with, some other musicians and producers and things like that. But Trip's on all of them. We love Trip. Trip loves us. Shout out to my boy out in Norway. And shout out to Comic Uprising before we get started. The Four Corners Comedy Festival, as far as I know, we're still trying to make that happen in August. We have a venue. We're just waiting to see what restrictions are, what the quarantine rules are, what stage we're in. But hopefully by August, we'll be all gravy for that. Yeah, that's all. So without further ado, welcome. Enjoy Quarantine episode 19 with our boy Jason Balmforth.
Hey, look, I just made it happen. Another young man out here rapping. All these antagonists coming at me. Saving the day, I'm the captain. Just imagine that I am a hero. Truth is, I ain't even got a scene, though. I don't ball, probably can't make a free throw. Lay a motherfucker out like Debo. That's right, little man with a big hook. And I got a big brain reading them big books. I don't make shit rain, blinking when I switch lanes. Man, I play my shit safe. I don't get shit.
Every time.
Every time.
Just gets you excited.
Time.
I was going back through all the clips, and the way they're organized individually is like all the first clips of the podcast, then all the second clips, because whenever we take a break, we cut it.
Right.
And I went through all the firsts of the quarantines, and like 9 out of 11, you were like banging on the table.
I like the drums, what can I say?
And I knew it was safe to delete, because I was like, I haven't heard him bang on the table in a week or two. So
I mean, just saying, Ritalin will fix that.
It could, dude. I took an autism test today because I've been wondering.
That's your new opener.
Those Facebook quizzes really got it pegged, right?
Yeah,
Dave?
Dude, and I all right, so it said 0 through 29, the score zero, any score 0 through 29 is no autism, 30 through 33 is possible autism, and then 34 and up definite autism. And I scored
a 60.
I scored a 29. Like right on the cusp, dude.
That makes a lot of sense.
But it was also an online test. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense to everybody.
Who's ever heard this podcast?
Especially me. Yeah, especially me.
Oh man.
But
Imagine my
I
shock.
I think I gotta go to an actual doc now instead of just doing an internet test. Just because it's so close, it's like
How is it affecting
doesn't
your life
matter.
other
I
than
know.
having fodder
No,
for
no,
your
no.
material?
exactly.
mean,
It doesn't.
It
doesn't
will get
affect
you
me.
booked more. You do have a disability.
I've seen
now.
this.
It has
I've
just,
seen this.
It has just helped me fucking understand myself a lot more lately. Help me.
I feel like you're gonna be able to use it as an excuse to not
I'm
grow. I think
no.
you're gonna be like, well, I'm autistic.
You don't know me well then, bro. Because I'm
all,
all about
all I
growing.
know, Dave, is I know a guy. I can get you hooked up.
Dude,
They'll find out.
No, I'm talking about growing up here, not right here.
fuck you, dude. I'm gonna do both,
all right.
like a gentleman.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I
You
think
know,
you're
nobody
over
likes
I
a
don't
dumb
care.
fat dude, but a
yeah.
smart fat dude everybody respects.
Yeah.
this. I don't know about that.
Dr. Brian King. I like him.
I
Talking-
mean,
you calling him
I like
dumb?
him.
That's not what I'm calling him.
I know.
But he's a big dude. I don't think he's hiding it.
No, he's a smart dude too. I've had a
Exactly.
couple of
He's
He's a
conversations with
goddamn
that dude.
doctor.
I love that dude.
Literally.
No, it's fun. Him and Jill, both really insightful people to talk to.
Agreed. Yeah.
Absolutely. I hung out with Jill last night, man, and dude, that lady just impresses me all the time. Like I mean, we won't even talk about comedy for a while, dude. Like it'll be like talking about her law practice and like the shit she fucking handles on a daily basis and deals with. It makes me feel like I could never use I was too busy, I was working as an excuse, because that lady fucking deals with heavy ass shit for 8-10 hours a day and then handles comedy business on top of it, dude. Like she's a gangster, dude.
Not
That's
to be
why-
like a giant dick, but you are one of the lazier people I know.
Oh, I'm absolutely am.
Okay.
I get that.
As
I
long
know.
as-
I'm
okay.
working on it. I'm still,
Okay.
you know that. You know I've been working on becoming less lazy.
But every time you're like, I'm busy, I'm like, okay, Dave.
Okay. I don't
Unless you're at
bullshit
work.
you. I don't
I know.
bullshit you. Actually, though, that's the thing. Is like
I haven't
I'm
had
lazy,
that
but
example
I'm
for quite a while.
I'm lazy, but I'm honest.
Yeah.
And
When
especially
you got here,
with,
you're like, I woke up 2 hours ago. What's up?
yeah. It's fucking 2:06 right now. See autism right
That's
there.
late, dog.
But I know. But like, dude, that's the thing is I won't bullshit my friends ever. Like, if I'm saying I'm busy, it means I'm at work. If I'm being lazy, I will just straight up be like, yo, I don't feel like doing that.
So I have to ask you guys, right? Like, so if someone hits you up, do you prefer if they call you or text you?
Text.
It depends on how long it's going to take. He definitely prefers text. But
It depends on
half
the topic
the time
of
I'm
discussion.
driving.
Yeah.
And I just want to get this done. Like, I don't want to send 5 texts to get something across
Yeah,
I
but-
could get in 30 seconds, you know?
That I understand, and that's something I've been trying to keep in mind more. Instead of like texting somebody because it's easier, like to get the results quicker, I've been starting to
it's
call.
not easier to text. I mean, it's more inconvenient for
Depends
me
on how
because then
big-
I'm like fucking waiting around for somebody to hit me
Oh,
back.
I don't
Oh,
wait.
I
don't
don't.
wait.
I don't wait at all. If I
wait.
shoot you a text because you're hitting me up about something and you don't hit me back, well, I'm going about doing whatever else I
Well,
had
it
planned
depends
for
on
the
what
day.
I'm doing.
It was
yeah.
like earlier today. We were all texting because there was no urgency to it. I'm saying if there's
For sure.
any sort of urgency, I will fucking call. And if anybody ever has an urgent like matter with me, like call me. That's fine. I'm just saying if there's time to, chill out
Time
a
to
little
text?
bit.
Yeah, do not
Yeah,
call me
text.
if your question is, what you doing? What are you up to right
That's
now?
I hate that, dude, because I always feel on the spot. Like,
I have
fuck.
a friend, James, he calls me when he's bored, right? And I am always busy. Like, I'm not trying to be
I don't know,
compete
Brian.
with Jill,
I've
but-
met you.
Yeah, you can.
I'm pretty goddamn
come close
busy.
with your busyness.
But if I have headphones in and I'm in the middle of digging a hole or something and you want to talk, okay, I'm down. Like, it'll distract me from the task at hand.
Sure.
In my mind. I'll still work, but I'm not thinking about just work. But, like, so on my way and on the way back from work, I have real spotty service. So, like, having a conversation on the phone, you got to get it over with, like, just get it done. But nothing is more frustrating than, like, bad service when you're trying to talk on the phone, especially after a long day at work, and then they keep calling you back, and you're like, motherfucker,
yeah.
I'll call you in 45 minutes.
Yeah,
like,
give me a fucking break.
Nah,
Like,
man.
That's
but
yeah.
he takes that role as annoying friend, like, proudly.
Really.
Oh, yeah.
He likes to be.
I think so. If you, like, the first 50 podcasts we did, maybe, there's a lot of me just talking shit about James because he pissed me off that day.
Isn't he
He's a sound engineer.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Okay, he produces that band that you guys used to play with.
Yeah,
Are those guys?
I mean, a lot of the songs you hear from Trip, he produced, and he was on the guitar and some of them,
Yeah,
and
so
bass. And
yesterday I was listening to some of our old like the ones you just released, part 2 with Elliot and the one with Elliot and Jill, and I just fucking like became even more obsessed with Ethan Esparza. But I look up Ethan Esparza, I get nothing.
dude, the links are in the description.
I know.
Yeah.
I looked that up because I was like had to listen to more of his music,
Yeah.
and I said it's like Trip hip hop or
Hip hop Trip. Yeah.
yeah. But I don't see the name Ethan Esparza anywhere.
Huh.
Is that
Maybe I've just-
is that just his like
Trip is like
government
his,
name basically?
Well, Trip is like his performance name,
Yeah.
but
Maybe you're tripping balls.
I don't know.
Maybe it
I've
was,
searched
dude. I don't
him.
know.
I think I've just searched him so many times,
Dude.
and it's Ethan with an E, Ethen.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
why. Yeah.
It- that fucks
there
me
I
an
too.
Ethan
googled
without
his
an
ass.
E?
Well,
No,
it's A at the
it's usually
front,
A
or
and
A at the end. Yeah.
ETHA.
Yeah, you said Ethan with an E, and I was like,
I know.
is there
Yeah.
another way to spell Ethan that doesn't start with
That's
an
why I
E?
spelled
And
it.
I
started to felt stupid real quick. I was like, oh, shit.
No, but man, his fucking music again. Shout out to that motherfucker because I've never met him, but I respect his music, dude, a lot. Like I like his beat choice. If he doesn't even, I don't think he or does he make his beats too?
Oh, he definitely has says in him. You
yeah,
know what I mean?
I know. Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what I mean. Like
And all the Chava people
if
stuff.
he doesn't make his own beats, then shout out to him for his fucking impeccable choice of beats. And then he has the perfect flow to go over them,
Yeah.
each of them, dude. Like I'm not sucking his dick. I just truly am a hip hop fan, and
Yeah.
I
mean,
really
he's not,
like
he's,
it.
He's not here for you to suck his dick right now.
Well, he listens from Norway.
Yeah, dude, I can suck it on Zoom.
Yeah. Send us a
Why
picture
not?
of your dick, Ethan,
Yeah,
and
dude.
Dave will
I'll
suck it.
I mean,
it.
that lawn gnome right up there.
While I
looks
listen to
like
that-
a proper approximation.
What's that? Oh yeah, there's some ass to eat too.
Oh yeah.
Can eat ass in studio or suck dick on Zoom.
That's how you get the
Your
COVID,
choice.
though. So don't want to eat ass.
Somebody told me yesterday that, and I don't know if this is accurate because it doesn't. It sounds bullshit, but somebody said that COVID lasts up to 2 weeks in sperm.
I haven't.
Well, my girl's infected. I'll tell you that.
I have not
I don't think
read
that's-
anything about that.
I have
like-
heard it can be transmitted through sperm. That's all I've heard.
You have and-
Transmitted, but not like lingering. So it's not
But-
like if you.
Well, sperm doesn't even last that long.
yeah. No, like I mean, like
What if
I
you
keep,
just-
I keep on top of this.
What if
shit
you
pretty
recover?
well.
Yeah, you do. I
What
know.
if you recover and then you don't bust a nut for 2 weeks? Like,
Then it's gone.
Then you're good.
Then it's
15
gone.
days,
If
no.
if you pass quarantine, then it's gone. It's over.
but what if you just got some old cum built up? You know what I mean?
That's not how that works.
That's
That's not how any of this works, right?
Think you'll have a wet dream before that, or?
I mean, I've never gone 2 weeks without beating off, so I wouldn't know.
I did when I've. No, I just stopped watching.
Sober
porn.
October.
I just stopped watching.
No,
porn.
no,
no.
no,
You gotta have a
November.
vice. You gotta have a vice.
Yeah, you got that right. Wow.
You're sober. You haven't smoked weed in 3 weeks, and you need to go to
Why?
sleep. What else are you gonna
Why
do?
do
Jerk
that?
off.
Why do
I don't think I'm ever gonna do it again.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest.
I mean, the booze,
Oh.
the booze, I can understand going without. The weed, I cannot.
Yeah.
I can't. I don't understand the point.
No, the best way to fall
I mean,
asleep
I guess
is
I
go,
do, but
go do a bunch of workouts really, really fast, then lie down. You'll be fine.
That wakes me up.
I do.
I work
do-
out in the morning.
Yeah, so do I.
Yeah.
it is a good way to get up. And,
It has been a nice way to pass the quarantine. Is every time I'm sitting there thinking about turning on Pornhub, I'm just kind of like, you know what? I'm gonna do push-ups instead.
there you go.
How many push-ups do you do
I right now I'm
30
up to
seconds.
50.
at a time?
Yeah,
Nice.
50?
And you just do one set?
I do one set in the morning, one set in the evening.
Nice.
I'm
You're
trying
doing
to get
100
up-
push-ups a day?
And you come both times?
No,
Oh, okay.
You're doing 100 push-ups a day?
yeah.
Good for you, man.
I mean, I get bored, and I live across the street from a park, right? So I
Yeah.
see all these like really buff dudes out there, and I'm just
I
kind of
thought
like,
you were gonna say
I've-
something else.
I've got a fucking dad bod. I'm
You should
feeling
go out
fucking
there and
fat
start
shit.
doing some pull-ups.
Yeah, fuck that.
Strong back, man. I'm telling you.
Ah,
It's
Dude,
so crucial.
I regret. Did I ever show you in my old house in my bedroom that we had that pull-up bar? It was attached to. I mean, I could, and I just regret not bringing it with me when I moved. I left it because it was literally screwed into our wall, but it wasn't the homeowners. It was the guy that lived there before me. I could have taken it and had a fucking
You should have,
pull-up
man.
bar. I know I should have, and then I just Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Could have called
I
me.
regret
Hey,
it, dude.
bring your drill over, and I need
No,
10 seconds of your time.
No, I didn't need your help taking it down. I didn't think about it until the day that I gave the key back. And then it was too late.
Shows you how important that pull-up bar was, too.
Yeah,
Oh, I never used it
I don't do
once.
pull-ups. I just do. I do
actually,
fence hops.
I did use it.
That makes sense.
Fence hops are a very important skill.
Yeah, I've been using a rock bar. That shit fuck you up between the shoulder blades.
I mean, I
Rock bar.
lift 50-pound bags of flour like every couple days
Okay.
just to. So I think my
Just to
back's
stay in
doing okay.
shape.
No,
to keep
just because I work at a goddamn bagel
Shed
shop.
the extra pounds.
I work at a bagel shop. We go through so much flour, so much.
Yeah.
Did they stock up when everything started getting weird?
I mean, yes
you
and
probably
no.
get a wholesale distributor then.
Yeah, we get. As I said, we get the big 50-pound bags
Yeah.
of flour. No, we had like 15 bags when the whole shit started falling down. We were like, oh well, it's a good thing we don't need to order flour for like a month.
Yeah, I had like 15 rolls
Yeah.
of toilet paper at the time. I was like, shit.
Man,
Are
I
you guys
had.
back open?
We've been
as of-
open. We didn't even.
But I mean, people can walk in.
No.
Yeah,
You
but
got
starting
order.
today, they can.
Yeah, we're not gonna do that.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's just-
businesses get their own choice.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
oh,
well, it's
absolutely.
more just
Yeah,
kind of like we
that's-
get more business out the window anyway.
Yeah,
so,
at the bagel?
Yeah, so
Durango Bagel? Yeah, nobody
Yeah,
sits
like-
in there.
Where's that at again?
it's right next to Gaslight Theater.
Gaslight
Oh,
Theater.
fuck yeah. Oh, that's that place?
Yeah,
dude.
dude, they're really good bagels. I stand
It's
by
fucking
them.
expensive.
No, not that much.
I just spoken like a fucking Polish person.
Not anymore.
Neanderthal.
There you
Sorry.
go. Yeah.
Neanderthal.
Yeah, I just don't like starting my day with bread because it makes me sleepy.
No, you see, I like my omelet in a cup, so you know.
I
there's
told
that.
Jason.
Yeah, I'm a
earlier-
little weird with the microwaved eggs.
I was like,
Eh.
dude, we're gonna get some ground beef and make some burgers, but that's all Brian and I usually do. We just eat the burgers. We don't have bread. We don't have ketchup. We don't have
We have
sides.
ketchup?
We just eat usually we just eat all right. Well, we usually just eat just the patty.
I just eat the patty, yeah.
yeah, and it's
I
just
mean,
like a good shot of protein, dude.
whatever makes you happy.
That's
Yeah.
how I eat, yeah.
Whatever's
But we
jerky
do
or
have
gherkin.
cheese if you'd like cheese.
Oh fuck
Oh,
yeah,
cheese
you
is
do.
cheese
We got
is where it's
ketchup.
at. Cheese is where it's at. I don't
I'm
give
gonna-
a fuck about the
We
condiments,
got
but
special
but a
mustard.
little bit of cheese.
Cheese
We
and
have
ketchup
Steamworks
sounds-
beer mustard.
Ooh, I might take some
that
of that.
shit's all right.
That's all right.
I'm not the biggest
I
fan.
might
I got
take
it
some
from
of that.
Sunnyside.
Hey man, like condiments are a luxury, all right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
The only reason I have them is because a girl lives here now.
yeah, I know.
I'm like, I might have sauerkraut and a spicy
What, you-
mustard.
you
That's
don't-
what I
you-
have as
You
condiments.
don't fucking cook for
That's what
yourself?
I've
What?
I do, but I like Dave said, like I'll just eat a burger patty and a salad.
Dude, I have a cabinet full of spices.
I have spices.
and like
Dude, he
brown
makes a
sugar,
good burger,
baking
dude.
powder, all sorts of shit.
I
I
don't have sugar. Yeah,
can
or
make
baking
all
powder.
I can make all sorts of shit out of my
Baking
kitchen right
soda, not baking powder.
now. I could make rice pudding today.
I believe you.
Why?
Yeah, but
though?
you're a
Why
chef.
would
You went to
wanna do
culinary
that?
school. Of course, you have an array of condiments and spices and
I
whatnot.
no, I love myself and I like to eat good food.
Right. I just cook meat on the grill and then eat some roughage.
Yeah, you see, I'm a little too
Makes a
poor
good
for
turd.
meat. It's weird. It's a weird dichotomy, right? You just learn to deal with what you got.
All I eat is meat and veggies. I just don't buy other shit, you know? And beer.
I have a lot of I
Yeah,
have a,
that's your carbs.
I have a
yeah,
lot
It's
of
the beer.
lot of rice.
Pretty much.
lot of rice.
I eat rice. I like rice.
I love rice. We eat it often.
every day.
I like to make it with chicken stock. Makes it nice.
Oh, you know the whole bootleg risotto trick.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, I know
yeah.
how to cook poor people food too.
Dude,
What's up, son?
risotto.
Oh,
Just 'cause
shit, man.
Just because I buy a pound of ground beef, it lasts me 2-3 meals.
I'm just
I
saying.
don't think that makes me like fancy.
Just
No.
saying, you can take the boy out of the trailer park, but you can't take the trailer park out of the boy.
Dude,
all
you
right?
know, the biggest thing that bummed me out about finding out I was lactose intolerant was mac and cheese.
Oh man, fuck, dude. Every time you talk about this, I feel more and more bad for you.
I can make you a bomb ass lactose free mac and cheese.
You can, dude.
My savior. Praise
I-
Odin.
I can
Let's-
100% do that.
Dude.
We're gonna film it.
Let's
yeah.
do this,
Green Light
dude.
Weekend cooking show.
Next time
Like,
we'll
I
come
need-
over. Let's grill out again, and you make
You know,
this.
get
this time.
me some oat milk instead of dairy for the bechamel, and I just need some lactose free cheese.
Okay.
I can totally make that happen. for you.
Lactose-free cheese.
We have lactose-free butter that I'm not mad at. It's good when you're like baked potato. That's the big one. It's like olive oil it makes it a
Does
little
it work
better.
on the baked potato though?
Yeah, it tastes pretty good.
The
Do you
big
put bacon on it?
Yeah, sure. If we
Chives?
have it. Yeah.
Sour cream is that?
you
No,
can't do sour
that's-
cream if you're lactose intolerant, Dave.
Has the word
It has cream in
in it,
Yeah, no.
which is milk.
No, like the big thing I learned about lactose intolerance was oat milk in substitution of regular milk for a lot of recipes.
Dishes and whatnot.
Well, no, it just doesn't change the quality of the recipe all that much because oat milk kind of has a similar
Little-
fat
Little
content.
thick.
No, it's about flavor, right? So if you usually made something with milk and you substitute oat milk, it'll actually pretty much taste the same.
Huh. Fun fact.
Yeah. I'm looking
milk's-
out for you, Brian.
oat milk's
Yeah, we're
great,
talking
dude.
about yeah.
Kat and I got this chocolate almond and cashew milk the other day, and it fucking tastes better than like Yoo-hoo, or better than like most chocolate milk, dude.
No.
I mean, it's unbelievable, and it's something I think you'd be able to have.
I finally
So-
started drinking water.
You finally started drinking
What?
it.
Yeah.
33 years in,
Oh, I was more of a Mountain Dew guy myself, really. Like,
dude. Me too, bro.
Jesus Christ.
I used to keep that
There's
shit.
too much white trash in this room. We
Oh
need to
my
take the
God,
flag down
dude.
before this video gets flagged.
no. It's the right flag. That's stars and stripes, not stars and bars. All right,
Yeah.
so we're safe.
Dude, I kept
Dude, I put that
six-packs.
up there because I'm a patriot.
Yeah, you are.
I mean, I was
To
more of
some
a
extent.
Redskins fan myself, but whatever.
Not.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, you can't even talk shit about Tom Brady when it comes to the Patriots. Now.
Definitely,
He's in
I
Tampa.
definitely can't talk shit at all because I don't think the fucking Redskins have won a Super Bowl in almost 20 years.
Dude,
So-
no, more
Negative.
than that.
Actually, that's the reason why I root for them is so that because I'm not really a big sports guy. Love playing sports.
Have you heard of the Miami Dolphins?
I have
Love
heard
'em.
of the Miami Dolphins. But I love rooting for teams that never fucking win because that kind of goes like, oh man, what team do you root for? And then you say like, oh, for baseball, I really like the Arizona Diamondbacks. For basketball, I really, really like the Celtics. And for football, I really like the Redskins. And that shuts down all of that conversation.
Oh, because nobody's
Pretty much
proud of
right.
him.
Because everyone's just kind of like, oh, this dude has fucking horrible taste and
Yeah,
obviously
except
doesn't
for-
know shit about
they
sports
didn't-
except for the Celtics.
I was
Yeah,
gonna
if they
say,
didn't
except for
see
the
your shirt.
Celtics, dude.
And I like the Avs for hockey, but
I hate the Celtics personally because I was raised to hate all teams in Boston. My dad literally raised me that. Most Christian guy in the world. Fuck Boston teams.
I mean,
know?
to be fair, they are very Catholic, so that makes a lot of sense.
Why they fuck? Or why
Christians
they
and
suck?
Catholics aren't really big fans of each other.
No, I know that.
Historically.
No, you got that right.
Now they seem fine.
No, my
Yeah.
dad was born. My dad was born
Depends on
and
who you are.
raised like 6 miles from New York City, in Rutherford, New Jersey. He's
Oh, that's why
diehard
that's why he
Yankees.
hates Boston. It has
Yeah.
nothing to do
It
with
has
his religious
nothing
affiliation.
To do. No, but I'm just saying, even a religious guy like.
Well, why would you bring that up first,
My-
Dave?
my
You're
po-
like,
Okay.
man, yeah, he's super
threw off Jason.
he's
I
super
can-
Christian and he hates Boston, and I'm just
Yeah.
sitting there like,
Do you not understand that how weird that is? Like, oh, super
Jason
Christian.
made the appropriate guess. That's the thing.
That's fair.
and
but
you're
I'm-
saying Christian people hating something.
is wrong. You know, like I'm saying, like that's what I was trying to say is
no,
that.
I just
That like Christian people are they
Yeah, but-
teach you, especially when you're young and you're brainwashed like from a little boy on, you're taught to love and respect one another, you know. But when it comes to sports teams,
That's
my
what sports
dad-
are for,
Yeah,
Dave.
I
They're
know.
to avoid war.
Yeah, and actually, to be fair, I was taught to love and respect one another as long as they were somebody else that was in the church. Anybody outside of it, we were taught to judge.
Go
what?
to
Were you
hell.
in the Church of Scientology? Holy shit!
Dude,
no,
it
that's
was
just church.
just regular
in the
Southern
South.
Baptist.
I mean,
Southern
I
Baptist, bro.
haven't been in a church in.
No, it's like if you're.
God, it's got to have been 17 years now.
Yeah, I don't go to
Damn.
church either, but I remember the feeling of judgment.
Oh my god, dude!
Are
I
you
mean,
fucking kidding? My dad was Catholic.
My dad married into Mormons
Oh,
Oof.
nah.
I
You
don't
see,
know.
Mormons
and
aren't
lives
all
in a Mormon community.
I don't think Mormons are as bad as Catholics
No,
because
but I was-
Catholics hate themselves.
I was like 5 or 6. There was a lot of pressure to be a Mormon, you know. And my mom was
Yes.
like,
there's a lot of
Don't
pressure on
do
you to
it.
be a Mormon now.
"Nah." I have
I mean, to be
tattoos
fair,
and
they're
fucking
the
holes
ones
in
with
my
the
ears.
goddamn stockpile, all right. So if I was gonna bag any of them,
Yeah, but they're my family. I can go to their stockpile. You know what I mean? Like I like
no, I'm
Mormons.
talking about the entirety of like the network of the Mormon Church. They all have stockpiles all over the place.
No, I'm aware. I
yeah,
have a
they
bunch
are.
of Mormon
They're loaded.
family,
They are
and
the-
I've seen their food sellers.
Man,
which is the appropriate way to say a pantry for Mormons. It's a
Yeah.
food cellar.
Yeah.
You mean a bomb shelter?
Like a
right?
basement.
Not always a basement, but definitely a cool concrete room.
Yeah, big.
Yeah.
with a
Huge.
with
Yeah.
a big fucking door in the way,
You
so
can
that
ride
way
a
you can lock
tricycle.
yourself in.
Yeah.
You can ride a tricycle around inside it. I did,
Yeah.
for
Well,
sure.
You,
That's
you see,
hilarious,
poverty
dude.
really
That's-
put the kibosh on any of those plans for me. All right, like
Yeah.
Tell that to the Mormons.
I mean,
Learn how to garden and pickle, bitch.
I already know how to do those things.
Garden in a pickle.
I can't
That
really
was
build
a-
a victory garden in
that
my
was fun.
fucking landlady's front yard though,
Why not?
because I don't own the yard. I just mow it.
Bullshit. Don't do it. Don't mow it if you don't own it.
I mow it because I get a little
disagree
I get
with
a little
that.
kickback on my rent.
That's dope.
Oh, well, then. Okay,
I do.
So you're
I do
getting
chores
paid.
for my
You're getting-
landlord as
you're
well.
Yeah, but I
essentially
can't.
getting
But what
paid.
I'm saying is I can't
That's
build
different.
a victory.
I thought you were doing it just for the.
I mean, to be fair, my
vanity
landlady
of
is
it.
ancient. I love her to death though. She's
Alright,
really cool.
That's a different
So
story. That's
my
different.
landlord's 71, and when
got-
he calls me over, I'm like, $20 an hour, take it off the rent. He's
That's
like,
right.
done.
Exactly. I didn't know you were getting money off the rent when I said that. By the way. to be
yeah,
fair.
no. Instead of paying $750, I got $715. So
Okay.
I take off
$35
about,
a week.
Yeah.
That's great.
No,
A month.
$35 a month, but I only have to mow it twice a month. So
Yeah, that's $20. That's more than $20
Okay.
an hour.
Yeah.
yeah,
I
that's
was-
it's a good
Alright, it
deal.
takes you
It's a
20
it's a
minutes.
good deal. I'm not unhappy about
No,
it.
no,
I don't
that's
mind
good.
doing it, and she and her husband take care of most of it. Like I love my landlady. It's
Cool.
a neat relationship.
Well, that's cool, man.
Neat.
Yeah, that's different.
Yeah, it's really neat. I have not had a landlord that hasn't tried to screw me in like ever.
Huh. You're an attractive young man. You're tall. You got the Ace Ventura shirt on. I feel
love
like,
this
yeah,
shirt.
there's
I
something.
love this shirt. It
There's
is
some
delightfully
sexual
tempting.
energy going on.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I'm not gonna
Bet
let
you're
her.
hanging a piece too.
I'm not gonna let her
Definitely
hus-
got a dick on him.
Yeah, you got a dick on
all
you.
day every day.
You got that
But
Mississippi mud dick.
dude, for $350, man, like cheap.
You could have a black dick too.
350, yeah.
Oh God.
man.
Oh man. No,
Dude,
I
dude.
heard that so often when I worked at the porn store. It was.
Bet you got a big dick.
Yeah.
Weird.
They were like,
You're a big dude, man.
yeah,
of course.
exactly.
But you're working in a place where people are constantly thinking about dick, especially when they're there.
Like it's what. Have you ever had a job where, in retrospect, you kind of loved it?
But I do have a picture
Yes.
in my head of a giant dildo right behind your head.
No,
like
no,
at the
that's-
cash register.
No,
and they're
no,
like, I
that's-
bet you got a big dick.
No, we had a bunch of fleshlights lined up on the shelf behind the register.
Oh my god.
Sick.
And
You
all
had a blackface dick.
no, we had that on the wall across from us,
Oh,
and then
okay.
over here was the Fist of Fury. So
Was there a glory hole?
in every single arcade booth.
Were
Actually-
they frequently
actu-
used or what's up?
Yeah, dude, all
Did you
sorts.
have regulars?
Yes, we did, and we had nicknames for all of them.
What are they?
So there was one we called Santa because
Hmm.
he looked like fucking Santa,
Okay.
and he drove a bus.
Was
Like,
he
he was a-
sucking or?
I
Was
I
something
would
about-
I was never interested enough in this guy's sex life to ask. So
How many of these people did you know one was sucking and one was coming?
patient
Because there had to be
patient
some
zero,
that were like,
patient zero was the universal receiver. So
Okay.
that
Was there a
it's
lot
an
of
apt
home?
nickname.
yeah.
I know this. It doesn't make sense
Think
because
he was a bug chaser?
they probably don't have money. But were there a lot of homeless people that spent the little money they had in there?
Actually, it was a good deal for $10. You got 12 hours in the arcade.
Oh fuck yeah! I'd be there
12
all day.
hours?
12 hours, yeah. So I knew that homeless guys were coming in there,
Christ.
You can crash.
and
get
they
a
would
dick
just
sucked.
yeah,
Yeah.
and they
Eat
just
your
go
lunch.
yeah, they
Get
just
out of the rain.
they just go back there. No, there was this one dude named Frankie, and he was this older black
I
dude.
knew a homeless Frankie, but he
that
was white.
he wasn't homeless. He
Oh.
just, I guess like he was retired. He was like in his 70s, and he literally just hung out. He never went into the back. He literally just hung out in the front with a newspaper and would talk to me about current events.
Felt comfortable around you.
Dude,
Well,
that's
no,
a,
it
Did
was
he try to fuck you?
no, not even once. No,
Cool.
like I think what the deal was is I think he was just an old dude and he was lonely and
Lived
he was
next to
more
a porn store.
well, and it was just kind of up at like 2 a.m, which was when I was there, and I'm the only guy around, and fuck, dude. I didn't mind talking
What's
shop
the
with
craziest shit
Yeah,
he ever
dude, you're
said?
a talker, dude. You can talk.
The craziest shit, dude. I have all sorts of crazy shit.
No, what did Frankie said? What's
The craziest
shit
thing that
Frankie
he
said?
ever said is that he had some really choice words about Obama that I definitely can't.
Will you repeat them, please?
I
know you say you can't.
I
but
definitely don't want to say
listen,
the N word.
Elliot sat here.
You got a black dick. You can do it.
No, I'm not comfortable.
All
You got a
right,
horse
all
cock
right.
on.
Not comfortable with
You
it.
got a
No, he
HC.
had some really choice words
Okay,
about
all
Obama
right,
that
all
I
right.
just am not comfortable
You should
repeating.
just do it and forget about it.
Man,
Whisper it in Dave's ear and he'll say it.
I will
Yeah,
definitely
that
tell you
works.
guys after this, but
And you're
Okay.
gonna say,
definitely not now.
That was funny.
so do you think people just don't say the N word because they're worried about the consequences?
I see it more of an issue of politeness.
Wait, you what? You say it as an issue of
I
politeness?
see it as an issue of politeness,
I
right?
thought
Like
you said
if
you say it.
So much so that it's not even in my vernacular.
well, no, it's more just kind of one of those things where I'm not comfortable dropping it on the fly. You know, like I've hung out in fucking all sorts of
Georgia.
places. Louisiana, Denver, San Fran, Oakland area.
Yeah.
You know, like
There's
I,
racist
So
everywhere.
basically, you've wanted to say it a lot out loud,
no, I've never
angrily at
I've-
people
I've
with your
nev-
fist raised.
I've never
He's
once
not
had
you,
the
Dave.
I've never once had the desire to say it. And I've hung out with a ton of black dudes because, you know, like when I was working at the Starbucks in Berkeley, there were a bunch of homeless guys out front. And, you know, and I would talk to some of these guys, and one of them was named Patches, and this dude was a really cool dude. And all we would do is talk about anime for hours.
He wasn't really black.
Yeah, he was.
No.
I can look him up right
Anime.
now. I can look him up right now on Facebook. We're Facebook friends.
I was really just kidding, Jason.
Oh, and now I gotta show you because
I'm
you-
just saying, a black dude that likes anime, that's like a unicorn.
no.
Have you
Not-
met PJ? I bet
Have,
he
have
likes
you
anime.
have you never talked to a black?
He's white, dude.
Have
Like,
you never
I
talked
don't-
to a black guy ever? Like a lot of them are really into anime.
I don't know, man. I don't know if I've ever even seen one in real life.
I mean, you lived in Atlanta. That's
Black-
Okay,
a
then
black
that-
person?
Yeah.
Huh.
He said, have you ever talked to one?
I said, you know, met one, not talked to one.
Met one. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, dude, this dude's really
That
cool.
dude looks hilarious.
Yeah, dude, he made patches.
I want to see.
Yeah.
Is there a naked picture?
No,
Is he
It's not-
sitting on
maybe
the edge of the bed?
It's pretty
He's not
anticlimactic.
Chris Arnello, all right? Like,
Arnello, yeah, fuck that guy.
Yeah, he's definitely black.
but yeah, no, he was a really cool dude. We hung out all the time. He just,
And he liked anime.
yeah, he would talk about that shit for
Tentacle
hours.
porn.
I don't know
For
about that.
sure.
I never asked.
If you're super into anime, you're gonna end up jerking off.
Did
to
you
it.
sell that shit at the porn store?
Yes. No, dude, we sold
quick
an
answer.
actual.
Yeah, it
we
was.
sold like what was called. It was the tentacle, and it was like 12
The
inches.
tentacle?
Yeah, and it was 12 inches,
Was
and
it
it was
just a recreation of
Was it
your
a
dick?
dildo?
it was a giant tentacle.
Yeah.
It was. Oh my god, dude, that store was. It's one of those things where I look back on it very fondly, but when I was there, I was just kind of like, I really want to put a gun in my
Where
mouth.
was
This
that?
is fucking awful. San Fran,
I know, but I mean, like, what part?
5th and Folsom, Soma.
Okay.
You don't know.
I don't know, but
Okay,
that's
I was
so
the
wondering
reason-
why you asked.
No, I asked for a reason because I heard like back in like at the 60s or whatever that Haight and the Ashbury streets both were full of like porn shops and like and hippie type shit.
Trash.
well, there was
I
always
just-
hippie type
Trash.
stuff. No,
Yeah,
5th and Folsom became kind of like, you know, like Leather Alley is around there, and there's just a bunch of different kind of like swingers clubs and.
It's where you go to fuck.
Yeah.
Dude, that's where they hold the
And they-
Folsom Fetish Festival or the Folsom Street Fair.
I was unaware of that.
Oh man, if you want to go and see the most degenerate side of humanity. Oh yeah.
Folsom Street Fair.
Oh
My
dude, check it
mom
out.
was-
It's
my mom
it's
was
great.
born there actually.
It's
dude.
it's a
At the
great
Folsom
time.
Street Fair.
Yeah, dude,
100%.
exactly. At the fetish part.
And one
that's
of the
why she's
fucking
so
porta
Christian.
johns.
Fetish
Like
part.
I have 3 rules for the Folsom Street Fair. One is show up early and leave early because right around
I don't
later in
need
the
advice. I'm never gonna go.
later in
dude.
the
Like,
afternoon, the smell is going to
Wink.
get really bad. 2, go with an open mind and just, you know, be cool with everything you're going to see there because you showed up.
If you
And
go
it's like a
into
pride
that,
show.
if you're going to that thing, you have an open mind.
You would be surprised because
Are you
they mark.
serious?
Well, because they market it as the Folsom Street Fair, so people think street fair and they don't think fetish festival.
Oh, that's fucking hilarious. So people
expecting a
bring their
fucking-
kids and shit.
Well,
Merry
people
go round.
never inside. They
Yeah,
kind of walk
they
up and they
bring it
see the
up.
first dude in a leather dog outfit, and they're just kind of like, okay, maybe this isn't the place to go.
I would go in.
Oh, it was great. And
Yeah, you would.
the third rule is never go alone. Always bring a friend.
Agreed.
Okay.
I feel the same way about drugs. Well, not always.
I mean, I don't
Depends
know,
on the
man.
dosage,
I've
let's be
done
honest.
peyote on my own number of times. It's fine.
Yeah.
I smoked DMT the first time ever doing it
What with Trevin?
on my own. No, this is 10, 15 years ago.
I'm
On my own, on my roof. Like, and yeah, that was not a good idea.
Yeah.
The trees were like breathing at me and shit. Like, it was fucking wild.
They do that on the ground too. Could have just laid on the ground under
I know.
the trees.
Instead, I risked my life for no reason.
I feel
Oh,
like you've done that a
So-
lot.
Yeah. Fucking
I don't know. I feel like most of the situations that you can recall where you're like, man, I kind of really risked my life on that one. You're just kind of like, and it was really for some stupid shit. Like, almost no reason at all.
Yeah, except for it was my first time smoking DMT, and that's worth it. So, hey. See, idiot.
I still have never done DMT, and
It's a beautiful thing,
I
man.
just haven't had a reliable source. I've had a couple opportunities where people are like, "Do you want to do this right now?" I'm like, I really can't.
I know, dude.
Dude,
you know.
it's 15 minutes. You're back to life.
I know, but
It's worth it.
your boy's busy, dog.
Man,
You got
see,
15 minutes to change your world upside down in a
I-
great way.
I got a pretty decent
I'd
idea.
just rather do acid at that point because I'd rather
Dude,
do 8
no.
hours than 15 minutes.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yeah,
would?
even after an 8-hour trip, I'm always a little like in the peak. I'm like, God,
Man, I'm working.
this needs to end, kinda.
That's why you need to try
but
DMT,
at the end,
dude.
I'm always like, man,
That was.
I wish there was more.
That was great.
Yeah.
That was
DMT's the
fantastic.
same way, but it's just the whole span is like 15 to 20 minutes instead of the whole span being 8 to 12 hours.
Have you
I
ever
mean,
done,
you're talking to a guy who made lattes high on acid. So
have you ever done whippets while on acid?
we sold whippets at the porn store.
Yeah, when you're coming, of course you did. That's where I bought whippets, smoke shops, port stores.
Fuck yeah, dude.
But dude, when you're like on that last leg of an acid trip,
Mhm.
you do a whippet and you're fucking back up to like level 2,
Oh,
like
yeah.
right under the peak. Like it's like a jetpack. Weed is like a slower jetpack. You can get high and it's just like to kill a little more. But you throw a whippet on top and it's like
Whippets are fun. That's for sure.
I have
we're
never,
not condoning whippets.
never done a whippet.
Always do it out of a balloon.
I'm not
and only
condoning it.
and only because I worked at the porn store where we sold
You
them.
saw the
And-
people
and-
that
and
bought
I
'em?
saw- I
Yeah.
saw the people who bought them, and I was like, you know what? Whippets are like crack cocaine and heroin. Just something I'm totally not interested.
Well, you
in.
gotta have control. There's a time and a place for sure. Like I'm not gonna ever do whippets just for the sake of doing whippets ever again. But
I
if
saw
I'm
it.
coming down on acid and somebody's like, "You want to whip it?" I'm probably gonna say yes. Like,
Yeah.
because it's one of the craziest feelings in the world, and I know my family's listening to this.
Oh.
Not super stoked.
That sounds
But
that sounds
It's
fun.
been years since I've done this, but I wouldn't recommend it while you're peaking, like unless
Dude, I
you
haven't
want to
tripped
go to DMT levels.
in a while.
I
Me
mean,
neither. We
you
should
know.
go camping.
Dude, you can't go to DMT levels without DMT, bro.
I get you.
different.
We should go camping.
Okay, well, we should just...
I'm not trying to blow your mind. I'm just
I've
saying
been-
it seems like a
been
great
looking to go
excuse
camping
do
this
Oh,
summer.
absolutely.
A psychedelic of
yeah,
sorts.
and I haven't done them in long enough.
Something natural.
Well, we're going for a hike in the woods, boys. We're gonna discover.
No, let's go camping, like,
Like
overnight.
La Plata Canyon or
But
something.
let's wait till it gets a little fucking warmer, man.
It's
Yeah, La Plata
been
Canyon still got
warm.
snow.
It's been cold at night, though, like a motherfucker.
Well, the last freeze just happened.
Well, you're from here, man. Like, it's a lot different. yeah. It's
Yeah, I haven't lit a fire.
I'm used to sleeping
months.
in a sleeping bag in the snow, so I really don't give a shit.
Yeah, well, I'm down to go pretty much whenever, man.
Yeah, he was
We should.
homeless in Boulder in the winter.
God damn, that's crazy to think about.
Yeah, dude. 18.
I didn't know you were homeless
19.
in Boulder, too.
Yeah, dude.
Jeez,
Boulder,
you've been
Denver. area.
homeless everywhere.
And in the winters, you'd try to crash in garages and stuff. Like
It was a parking garage. It was a parking
One
garage.
in particular.
Yeah, there was one in particular near like the mall. Like there was this big mall in Boulder,
Uh huh.
and I would go there just to, after I got done filling out applications and shit, looking for work, and I'd hang out at the Barnes and Noble
Right.
because I had nothing else to do.
Reed
Yeah, drink
worked
water.
out. Drink water.
Yeah.
Try to survive.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
And
Seek shelter.
and I'd wait until everything closed down, and after everything closed down, I'd hang out for about 2 hours, and I'd go to this parking garage, and I know I got caught a couple of times because I would go into the stairwell, and I would hang out on like one of the little platforms between floors and just set out my sleeping bag and lie down in that shit. And I remember one time there was this older Hispanic security guard that would patrol the grounds. And one time he caught me and he didn't say anything. And the next time there was this younger white dude he was training, I guess, to do some of the shift. And he was trying to wake me up and get me out of there. But the older dude, he came up and he was like, nah, he doesn't leave a mess or anything. He's just looking to stay out of the cold. So just leave him alone. That's because, like while I was there, I wouldn't leave any trash. I wouldn't,
Why would you?
I know a lot of junkies that would do that kind of thing.
Shit.
No,
on the hand that
they're
feeds
the
you.
worst, man. Like
Yeah.
when we were at the Rotary Park doing that show last Sunday, or whenever it was, 2 Sundays ago. We were all sitting under the gazebo, me and Elliot riding, and then like 2 parents and a little kid came up to build some Legos on the gazebo.
Oh yeah, I saw them.
And then when they got there, the mom was like, "Oh, somebody left their fucking beer cans." You know what I mean? And the idea of somebody leaving beer cans right next to that gazebo, like in that park,
Yeah.
like the trash can's fucking right
And
there.
it's a
Well-
beautiful spot.
well, that
man.
was-
Why would you want to
It's
litter
so
in that
rude.
place?
Yeah,
But
well,
that's
that
what I
was my
loved about
thinking
our
behind it.
comedy show. Nobody left any trash.
Nope.
And we all
were
picked up after each other and
responsible
everything.
comedians that day. It
And
was pretty good.
I walked around after and just like made sure,
Yeah,
but
so did I.
every
Did
spot
a
was
loop.
clean. Yeah, we all did a loop.
Absolutely, loop to loop.
But that's the beautiful thing about Durango is generally you're not going to get that shit. But there are, not to talk shit, but it seems like homeless people, like in areas where they're
I don't even know if
around-
it's them. I
Man.
think it's kids more than homeless people, dude. To be honest.
It's probably a little column A, a little column B.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I've met plenty of homeless people. And when you have that many hours in the day, you spend most of it trying to get fucked up.
Absolutely.
Dude, 99 bananas shooters everywhere.
Yeah, like
over
when
by
it
the
comes
river
to when
trail
it comes
by
to
Animas
kids, like
Urban.
if you
that's
find like
homeless people.
if you find like beer cans, you can kind of toss it up. It's a coin toss
Yeah.
either way. But like you find
shooters,
find
is-
shooters, it's probably some
that's some
bum.
drinking on the low shit. That's
Mhm.
drinking when you're not supposed to.
Although
I'll just have a beer and roll the dice like we all did.
I would rather shoot a shotgun shell than a 99 bananas ever again. So
Yeah, I'm not into it. I don't like vodka as it is. Is it vodka?
no, it's like a banana liqueur,
Ugh.
and it's awful. It's
Not a
awful,
fan of
but it's
liqueur.
really really cheap, and it can get you fucked up because it's really really strong.
Just like hand sanitizer.
I met a guy who drank hand sanitizer.
Me too. I grew up on the edge of the res, dog. I've met a few people that drink hand sanitizer. Just a bottle of Listerine walking down the road.
Yeah, dude.
That's not hand sanitizer. That's mouthwash.
No, I'm
Yeah,
aware.
mouthwash, though, is what
But I was
I've-
saying another thing. No, I've met people that drink hand sanitizer too.
Oh my god, that's crazy,
Well, liquor stores are closed on Sundays in New Mexico until noon.
dude. They used to be. You used to not be able to buy any alcohol at all in Georgia on Sundays.
What
all
about
day?
Then why not
separation
buy
of
your-
church and state?
Why not buy your fucking beer on Saturday?
Yeah, that's
Because
what you
they're
do
homeless.
When you have
They don't have a
money.
car.
Yeah, when
But you can keep it in your backpack. I kept tons of
No,
shit in my
You
backpack.
can't.
You
You
can't
can't get
keep
drunk
shit.
off a backpack
If
of
you're-
beer for 2
if
days.
you're drunk, you ain't keeping shit. You're drinking it till it's gone, and then you wake up and it's Sunday, and you fucking
Like cocaine.
damn right.
All right, you got me on the cocaine.
Some people, that's how alcohol is, you know?
Yeah.
Eh,
And I also know people that can do a bump of cocaine and they're just like, cool, put it away.
yeah, I've actually changed a lot on that one.
It depends on if it's in my pocket or not.
Yeah. I've always liked what you said. The best amount of cocaine to have is one line because you get a good bump off it and then it's gone. You don't think about it.
Yeah,
you,
cocaine
you,
works better
like
if it's,
you
if it's
enjoy
not
it more.
yours.
You enjoy it
Yeah.
more if you only have like a line or 2 lines because then you just like, like there's no chance of getting more. You just let that high ride out. You're not thinking, you're not spending that whole high like thinking about where you're going to get the next.
cocaine.
Yeah. And that's
The best thing
that's true.
about, or some of the best times ever on cocaine I've had are when I was a little sleepy downtown, like an open mic in an hour and a half, and then I bump into somebody who's like, "You want to bump?" And then
Why the
Yeah.
fuck does nobody offer me that shit? I'm sitting there and everyone's just
no,
kind of like,
it
"Look
wasn't.
at this guy."
It
pull
wasn't
a
at the
shotgun
show
out of your-
ever. It was like like an hour before the show somewhere else. and then I'd bump into a friend, and they'd be like, "You want a bump?" And they'd give me a bump, and then we'd part ways.
And you'd be
2
golden
hours
the rest
later,
of
I'm
the
like, "That was good cocaine."
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
what I mean?
Yeah. It's always better cocaine the less you do of it.
And free. Plus,
I'm
you pay
saying
for it.
I
In
mean,
Durango, it is.
Well, yeah.
In Durango, it's always
But
it's mostly shit.
but to be fair, Durango's just got
shit.
shit.
Yeah.
It's just got shit. No,
Well, it
I
depends
remember
on what you're trying to do. If you're in Vegas, it's not a terrible idea to have half a gram in your pocket, you know?
New Orleans was dope. New
Yeah,
Orleans
I bet.
was great. And working Mardi Gras was great because our boss bought us a baggie of cocaine
Yeah.
to use over Mardi Gras because we were working 16-hour days.
And where were you working?
Crazy Corner.
Crazy Corner is a bar,
Yeah, on St. Pete and Bourbon.
and you were a bouncer.
I was a bouncer / promoter.
How old were you then?
I was, how old was I? 24? 25?
Hmm.
It was neat, but like everyone was like, "Oh man, dude, you were a bouncer? That sounds cool as shit. You must have had
That
like."
doesn't sound awesome.
And I was just kind of like, "Yeah, if you like working from like 6 in the afternoon, evening until like 6 in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, great times,
I've never really had a night job, and I really don't intend to.
dude. We had so much prep to do for Mardi
Is there a
Gras.
correlation between not having a place to live at certain points in your life and starting to work at night?
I mean, I just was always kind of a night owl,
Hmm.
and it was the easiest job to get. The number of jobs that you apply for when they're graveyard shift and you show up and fill out the application,
You're
and
gonna
they
get
just
them all.
and they just look you up and down like, "All right, you're hired."
You got a big enough dick to do this.
Yeah, pretty
All
much.
right.
No, dude, like when I went to apply at the porn store in San Francisco,
Wore tight pants.
right? No, I wore jeans and a t-shirt, and I showed up
It's a porn store.
and filled out the application. The manager looked me up and down and said, "You're hired." And I was like, "That's it?" And he's
He
like,
saw
"You look
your dick.
well, probably."
Yeah.
But he also
It's huge.
told me I was the only one who didn't look like a junkie that had walked in that day. So he just
Really?
hired me on the spot. Yeah.
'Cause,
Killing it.
like you do now.
Well, yeah.
Like you must have cleaned up your accents then.
I was
Coming
also-
from the
the
ex-junkie.
opposite.
Yeah, I don't know.
Whoa, junkie.
Dave, that sounds
Whoa.
like you throwing some stones
The
from a glass house
opposite.
right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's absolutely.
No,
what
dude,
I'm doing.
I was never
That's
never
how I can tell
I'm not
that
a
you're
junkie.
fucking on heroin right now, Jason Balmforth. I know.
I'm allergic.
I'm just joking.
I'm allergic to heroin.
That's what I tell people
It's
too.
so-
No, I'm
easy to-
allergic. I'm allergic to morphine.
Oh, I don't think I
Dude.
am.
I know I am.
Yeah,
Yeah, you would know if you knew, dude.
yeah.
Have you ever
you've
been on
ever-
morphine?
Maybe I've been injured a lot.
Have you ever been on morphine?
I don't. Maybe as
Any
a kid,
of
but
any of
I
the
don't know.
ENs, like any of the opioid bases, Oxycontin.
Have I?
Oh yeah, I've been on
Oh, yeah.
OxyContin.
Then you're not allergic to morphine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
If it
broken
has
a
an
bunch of
opioid, if
bones.
it has an opioid base.
Yeah, but even if you had broken bones and we were prescribed
Yeah,
that,
I didn't have a bad reaction.
yeah.
yeah, no, I went into anaphylactic shock.
Oh yeah, I would know then.
Yeah, straight anaphylactic.
Yeah,
Dude.
Coel one time went into anaphylactic shock
For
because
what? Unless she
she's
ate a
pine
spoonful of
nuts.
sugar.
pine nuts.
Oh, pine nuts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
allergies be a bitch.
Peasy kneesies. Yeah, those things.
I like my allergy though. I'll take being allergic to opioids because
Oh, that's
save
awesome.
your life.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
all.
not really hard
That's
to
the
not
only-
really hard to avoid.
That's
It
the
wouldn't
o-
change my life at all.
That's the only allergy that can save your life.
Yeah.
Is being allergic to opioids.
Yeah,
You want to take a smoke break?
Okay.
Could definitely.
Come
All
on.
right.
let's-
Somebody have a closing statement.
Smoke
Never work
heroin.
at a porn store in San Francisco. Your paychecks will
Smoke
bounce.
heroin.
100 different types of tequila.
Yeah, 100 different types of tequila.
Whoa! This was in New Orleans.
Yeah, ranging from. They also had a really good kitchen with a really good peanut butter bacon burger.
Huh.
Peanut butter bacon burger.
Yeah,
That
dude,
sounds great.
It was delicious. It was like some of the best shit I ever had. But yeah, they had like 100 different kinds of tequila, and I remember asking this dude. I was like, "So, does it matter?" He's like, "Well, if you know tequila, then yeah, it definitely matters." They had ones that were like several $100s a shot.
That seems silly to me.
But
But if you just have fuck you money,
no,
might as well say fuck you to everybody around you. You know what I
you
mean?
don't really go down to Bourbon Street if you don't have fuck you money.
Huh.
That's bullshit because I've been on Bourbon Street.
Yeah, so have I. I was broke as shit. But
yeah.
but like most of the people that were our clientele had fuck you money.
Yeah.
Dealt with a lot of
It
frat
is
boys.
a fun place to ball out, though.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Good
You ever
times.
been to New Orleans, Brian?
Never.
You should go.
Fuck,
I want to.
it's so cool.
Visit. Don't live.
I want to do comedy.
I mean, I tried.
Yeah.
It did not go well.
It's funny because New Orleans is like one of the only big cities that you don't hear much about them having a decent comedy scene.
I haven't
Like,
heard much.
I
I've
tried.
actually heard the opposite, that they don't have that great of a scene there. I don't know.
They gotta have a
Maybe-
mic.
It's probably multiple, and it's probably gotten better
Since
over the
podcasting?
years. Oh yeah, but like a lot of, I mean, every single comic that I know that's from there moved up to New York, and you know, whereas like even Atlanta, San Francisco, like Chicago, like they're not New York or LA, but
Minneapolis.
they're known for having a good comedy
Houston.
scene. New Orleans just doesn't seem to be like that.
Yeah, that's weird.
No, when I tried to do stand up
Miami
in New
neither.
Orleans, they I had a couple of guys that were comics, and they sent me to a fucking empty lot. So they told me the address, and they were like, "Yeah, this is where you go. There's a mic here." And I was like, "Oh, awesome, cool."
That's because they were scared you're gonna lay down that pipe on their girlfriends, bro.
That's
They
fair.
just didn't want you there.
That's fair.
It's because they see me on Bourbon Street, and I probably kicked them out of the bar once.
They
or
see
twice.
Jason has a lot of confidence on stage too. you
Yeah, I know.
It's gonna make their chicks drip drop. You know what I mean?
It's all about the bravado,
It's
baby.
all about the triangle arm.
The triangle arm. That's real. Yeah. Yeah. If you have a headshot ever, a famous headshot, it's got to be you
Yeah,
leaning
it's
on the
gotta-
mic stand.
It's perfect. Dude.
I have a bad knee, guys.
Uh-huh.
I do it for
It's
comfort
great.
reasons.
Yeah, you walk miles and miles a day, but you can't stand on stage for 5 minutes without leaning on something.
Man, like if you ever watch me walk, you'll see me walk with a limp.
You should get a cane.
I don't want one.
Why? Canes are gangster, dude. If I needed a cane at all, I would have one.
Yeah, I don't.
I hurt my knee and then bought a cane in Santa Fe. It was $12.
Just to use it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My knee hurt, and we were gonna be walking around Santa Fe. you know?
Yeah, I don't want to walk around with a cane.
And I didn't plan.
Do it,
I didn't
dude.
go
Get a
looking.
shotgun cane.
Yeah, that'd be sick, dude.
Man, I already get enough calls from the police as it is.
Why? Yeah. What's up with that? Why do you get these calls from the cops?
That's a fair question.
I mean, I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, you are.
No.
You're one.
How many written threats have you left in businesses, like slid under the door?
Here, none.
Ah,
Here.
just that porn star in San Francisco.
Cortez, San Francisco, New Orleans. Them, you know.
Cortez, San
Boulder.
Francisco,
He
New
lost
Orleans,
count.
Denver, Seattle, Dallas.
Yeah. You
Tell-
lost. You
Tell
lost
us
count.
about Dallas. I haven't heard much about that.
It was all right.
How long were you there?
Like 6 weeks before I was like, I need to get the fuck out of
Oh
Dallas.
yeah. What'd you do? Anything?
Be homeless.
Oh, bummer. Did you get fleas or anything?
No, it was just really, really hot, and it wasn't really pleasant.
Word.
And
Was
I-
it during the summer?
Yeah, it was.
Oh my
It was
god,
in-
the humidity.
It was in
Like the shake.
August. It was
Yeah.
like mid-August, and I had gotten down there by thumbing a ride from Boulder, thinking that like, man, Texas is gonna be my new start. I'm gonna try over.
You should have waited like 6 months, man.
I couldn't find work in 6 weeks. I was just kind of like, I'm tired of eating shit.
But you spent another 6 weeks in Dallas.
Oh, I spent like 6 weeks there, and by the end of it, I was like, I need to get the fuck back to Boulder because I at least make
Boulder.
money. I at least make money there.
What'd you do in Seattle?
You know, work, do stuff.
Give us a little more than that. Like,
I-
did you work at a gas station? Did you
No,
work
I,
in a kitchen?
He worked with
I-
his
I
big
Were you
I-
work
I-
at a
I
glory
worked-
hole?
I worked at an animal shelter,
Okay.
and
Now we're getting somewhere, Jason.
and
You're
mainly
the hardest to get good stories out of, but you have the best stories.
well, I worked at this animal shelter, and it was in Normandy Park, Washington, which is right outside Seattle. Like it's 45 minutes by the train. And I was
Seems far.
yeah, that's not right.
Seems like
outside.
Farmington.
no, it's
45 minutes on train.
How
dude?
fast does the train go?
Not that fast, dude.
fast enough to get me down there.
What,
it was
what
just,
would you say if you had to guess? 30?
yeah, that's
60?
about 30. Like what? Every time the train showed up, it was about 15 minutes.
He wants to know, I think, the speed of the train.
Yeah.
Like how fast
did
they get me
train
in the
go?
city? It depends on if you get
45 miles an hour, 60.
I don't fucking know.
I'm trying to figure
It's a
out
train.
how far
It's just-
this
it's a
place
train.
was
It was,
actually from.
Like to catch the train and get there
Seattle.
took me about 45 minutes. It was like 15 minutes down to the station. It took about 20-30 minutes to get into Seattle
Huh.
on the light rail. So
Light rail sounds fast.
I mean, you would think, I don't know, but all I know is that we got into Seattle in like 15, 20 minutes by driving.
Were you like,
It just didn't have a car.
It just went from 45 to 25, 30 minutes to 15 to 20 minutes.
yeah, so it's probably 35 miles an hour or so.
Something like that. But yeah, I was
Yeah.
working at an animal shelter there and just hanging out in Seattle.
Seattle cool,
Did you meet any
man.
girls?
No, did not.
No to both? Was Seattle cool?
Seattle was all right.
Is the
Like-
coffee all it's cracked up to be?
No,
Did you
What
put
about the
gum on the
fish?
wall?
fish is good.
Fish is good.
Fish is good.
That makes sense.
Did you go to the place where they throw the fish over you?
Yeah, at Pike's Place.
Pike's
Yeah.
Place? Place? Is it?
Yeah.
I've only seen it
I've
on
been to the
food shows.
original Starbucks.
Me too. Oh, you have?
Yeah, I've been to the
How was
original. Yeah, it's Starbucks.
Starbucks is kind of weak.
Yeah, I know. I worked there.
So is well, I'm not gonna slander local business. My favorite breakfast places though, like Hermosa Creek, not good coffee. Food's great, coffee's
Yeah,
cheap.
that's because the waitresses at Hermosa Creek Grill suck at making coffee.
I believe that. Well, I don't know. I love
Do
them
they
all.
make it like? Do y'all have your own beans?
We do.
Is it Desert
I-
Sun?
Yeah, that's basically
Well,
what I was getting
what
at.
what
yeah.
happened is they broke the grinder, so now the
So
grind-
now it's Desert Sun.
They're grinding it in a bowl with the
no
fucking-
no the grind is too coarse for the espresso beans,
Oh.
so you get really weak coffee out of that. And
I never felt like it was weak. I always just kind of felt like it was not awesome.
and also they just
Like
suck
I buy pretty cheap coffee,
they
and
make
it's
they make a shit,
light years ahead of that.
they make a shitty cup of
But the
coffee.
food is
Food
so
is great.
good that I will drink that shitty coffee. And the water is a little funky. I suggest getting a lemon. You throw a lemon in it.
I mean, dude, the water's hard as a rock out here.
Yeah.
Your toilet smells like a goddamn.
Well, I don't drink this
Jail.
water though.
Dude, it's because Elliot farted like 3 weeks ago in there. That's why it smells like that.
Yeah, Elliot
Promise.
slept right there a week ago, and that's what you're smelling.
Ah, I got you.
Yeah.
No, Hermosa Creek is good. They just don't know how to use that espresso machine.
That's fair. I've
Like-
never ordered espresso either. Like,
And their drip coffee is adequate, I guess. I mean, it's drip coffee.
I drink it happily, usually because it's cold when I'm there, and because I'm so excited about the food. Like,
Yeah.
I forget about the
food.
coffee.
Food is great.
But
Food
you
is
gotta
great.
put lemon in the water. Gotta put lemon in the water. It'll
That's
fuck up a
bad,
whole
dude.
morning.
That's bad. That's
No,
bad.
all the food is really good there.
Yeah, I've only had their biscuits and gravy, but it was the best. Like, I mean, and even coming from Georgia, I'm saying this is some of the best biscuits and gravy I've ever had, dude.
Try the chicken fried steak.
chicken fried steak.
Okay.
So good.
Oh yeah, we've talked
Breakfast
about this
burrito
on the
too.
podcast
Dude, I
before.
love
Their
this
lunch-
fucking place.
Yeah,
Their
we
lunch
talked
is good,
about
too.
it.
Dude, I
Yeah.
talk about this place all the time.
Yeah, shame I don't
It's
work
really
there no
good.
more.
It's
Yeah.
good.
Well,
You don't?
nobody
No.
does right now, right? Or,
No, they did.
Yeah.
We had a conflict of
That's a
interest.
pain in the ass. Well, that's a pain in the ass for you to get there anyway. And if your engine's seized up, you can't really make it there anyhow.
I don't know. That's the perfect place to hitchhike to. Like, you know how many
What?
people? Do you know how many
Think so?
people work at Purgatory that hitchhike to Purgatory
I do.
for work?
I guess.
That's what I'm saying. He's
Yeah.
a third of the way there.
But
Yeah, but
he's
nobody
gotta
wants to
be
pick
there
up a hitchhiker that looks like me.
Just
at
carry a
4:30 in the
snowboard.
morning too. At 4:30 in the morning, they're not gonna pick
Yeah,
up this
you have
trench
to get-
coat wearing
yeah.
motherfucker.
Hey, I don't wear that anymore because it's warm enough out.
Whatever, dude. You'll be
I should
back at it.
I should wear that fucking bear hat with the goddamn trench coat, so that way at
You
least
should
people
wear your
will
aluminum
wanna pick me
foil
up.
hat.
No, definitely not. I want to get picked up. Although that would be nice and toasty warm in the winter, I guess, because that thing is fucking
It's
hot.
like solar.
God damn,
Dude, we need you to wear an aluminum foil mask soon.
I
Would you be
mean,
opposed to that?
I can build it into the hat.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's even better. That's even better. Yeah.
I can build it into the hat. I need to get some toilet paper too.
But
so I
that
can
was
make some
just an
Viking
idea we
horns on
had,
that
like-
bitch.
Just doing like some Daft Punk dance moves.
He's talking about conspiracy theories
Uh,
or conspiracy theories that, like, you know, he
Yeah.
I love his method of like doing it because he just took like 25 topics, read the fucking headline, and then
didn't
just
read a
spit
goddamn thing else.
nothing
about
else, and then he just spitballed for 3 minutes talking about these conspiracy
sounds
theories.
like 90% of conspiracy videos.
Yeah,
It.
exactly
Yeah, like
right. It
I
was so
literally read the
perfect.
tagline and I was like, okay, I think I can work with that.
It was fucking perfect, dude.
I watch enough InfoWars to fucking put something together.
Huh.
I love that shit.
Wonder how much of the population can say that.
More than you would think, less than you would like.
Okay. No,
That
I
was a-
think it's a lot.
Quick and good answer.
I think it's a lot.
No, you think it's a lot because you hang out with me and I'm always spitting this shit.
Well, I listen to Joe Rogan and fucking. I've heard plenty of Alex Jones, and Phil used to be pretty into conspiracies. This motherfucker he likes a conspiracy now and then.
Yeah, dude. No,
And I hang out with you.
Yeah, it's good fun.
I bumped into Diego once or twice. You're giving me some crazy shit there.
Diego is a great time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I fucking love hanging out with that dude.
He's probably the one person in my life I'd call a wild card. Like a serious
Full
wild
stop.
card.
Full
Yeah.
stop.
Like you really don't know. Like if a car blew up, you'd be like, Diego. You know what I mean? Like I feel like it's not.
I'm glad you didn't say me
Oh my
because
God.
you know that if a car blew up, I wouldn't be within a 3-block radius.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd be out of there by the time you got caught.
And I don't.
Yeah.
And I don't
For
worry about
doing it.
me. You know, with you, I don't think you want to kill me.
I don't want to kill
There's
anybody.
okay.
Well,
Yeah,
not anybody that
we're
matters.
Kind of calling bullshit.
Tell us your hit list.
if
Maybe don't. You know.
I
what
mean, I'm already on a watch list
It's
somewhere.
okay as
right?
long as he says allegedly.
Allegedly, if I had the opportunity, I would like a 30-06 rifle and just to set up across the street from Capitol Hill and take pot shots at anything in a
Well,
suit.
you're not the
Oh
only
my
person that's
God.
ever said that.
Yeah.
No,
yeah,
I'm not.
so did Robert De Niro in Taxi Driver.
Yeah, I just
That was-
watched that.
that was
you
a
really?
Yeah,
that was
Travis
a good movie.
Bickle,
It's
bro.
a great
Because you
movie.
made a Travis Bickle reference the other day.
I did. I love that movie. I
Yeah,
referenced
that's
it a
why I
lot.
watched
Allegedly.
it. I saw it, and it ends anticlimactically.
It's-
The
yeah.
action is garbage, but
Sure.
the most of the movie is really good and
Yeah.
keeps me in. But the ending, I was just
I
like,
know.
when is this fucking movie gonna end?
Yeah. I know
Just
what you
because
mean.
every hit's like, you know,
But it's a classic, dude.
It's a
You know,
classic
it
for
is-
sure.
It's. I thought it was well done. I felt the same way the first time I watched it. Just like, this isn't how I thought it was gonna go. But that's also a good movie.
well, it
a
wasn't.
good movie
I
doesn't. End
I
the way you
remember the
think.
movie. I definitely saw it when I was like 10. My dad was into like old mob movies and shit.
Okay.
Like I
That's-
watched Pulp Fiction when I was like 9. I know that's not a mob movie, but
Neither is Taxi Driver.
well, right.
Yeah, let's just,
but it's got De Niro in it.
Let's
Yeah,
throw some
exactly.
I guess.
Reservoir
I knew,
Dogs in
and,
here.
and it was directed by Martin Scorsese, which I
That's
understand.
basically a mob movie.
I understood your correlation to it,
And
but
he was-
it's
I mean, he
not.
was in the mob, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, and he was gonna fucking murder a politician. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
guess
mean,
a
we've
lot
all,
of
we've all
mobsters.
wanted to murder at least one, right?
We're trying to stay away from your list, Jason. I don't want to edit things.
I don't have a list.
I don't want to get flagged.
Yeah.
I don't have a list.
Liar.
I'm not.
Only thing I want
It's
to
all
shoot.
free-form jazz with me, baby.
Only
Then
thing-
what's that list of names on your refrigerator, Jason?
I don't have a list of names of.
He
on
doesn't
my
have a
I thought he was gonna say it
refrigerator.
never
I do have a
refrigerator.
refrigerator.
No, you don't.
Is it a
You've been
little
in my
one?
apartment.
I
You've
know.
seen my
I
refrigerator.
have, but I suspect it's gone by now.
I mean, crystal meth ain't cheap. So
I know, that's what I'm saying, dude. Actually, it is. It's really cheap.
yeah,
It's
here.
pretty cool how cheap it is.
Bang for your buck, baby. I have no idea.
Yeah, I have no idea what crystal meth
Oh,
costs.
man, really? You guys are missing out.
Yeah, I'm
I just
Way to make good decisions, guys.
meth and
No,
heroin, man. Those are my two lines.
It's more the life in the trailer park.
I
I
would
can
love
can
two
only
lines of
afford
meth
to
and
be
heroin.
so much of a cliche.
What's that?
I said it's more because of living in like the trailer park and living in Cortez. I can really only afford to be so much of a cliche.
Yeah,
And
it
I
was
think crystal meth-
conspiracy theories or crystal meth.
Yeah, and I think I made
but
the
they
right
go
choice.
so good together. It's like PB&J, bro.
Yeah,
It's
that's
true.
how Dave got on conspiracy
That's how I
theories.
think about it. Yeah, it's true.
I wouldn't know.
That's
dude.
not good.
I got on conspiracy theories because I just watched a lot of History Channel.
That's fair. Just Hitler.
No, because I got
It
to see
used
the
to not
subtle
only be
transition
Hitler.
between like World War II documentaries into like conspiracy theory, ancient aliens, and all this
Oh,
other
they've
shit.
ruined History Channel for sure. It used
Yeah.
to be good, dude.
It-
It, used
well,
to be well-rounded.
Yeah,
by the way,
it
And
used to
now
be
it's-
all sorts of documentaries
and
about
now
all
it's just
different
like
types
yeah,
of history.
it's all reality TV shows to begin with, which sucks. Pawn Stars is on History Channel for some fucking reason.
So is
Huh.
Storage Wars.
Yeah, it just
Storage
doesn't,
Wars?
it doesn't make any sense to me. Dude, I
I feel like
stopped.
E channel is better for those.
You're absolutely right, dude. Like I
The
stopped
History
watching
Channel.
I
I'd be pissed if I saw Pawn Stars on the History Channel.
I haven't seen
That's
a
the
Civil
only
War
ch-
documentary on History Channel in years.
Yeah.
Thought you were gonna like give us a count to the day.
No,
That's
I,
my job.
I wish I could. But no, man. Like I remember they used to have documentaries not just about World War II, like World War One, Civil War.
I mean,
American
everything.
Revolution,
Spanish-American War. Like, I mean,
Plains Wars, all of it.
France, like, what's his name? Napoleon. Like, like Charlemagne. Like, they had specific documentaries about like
Everything.
specific pieces of history, and then it just like slowly transitioned from that to like it was the first one was like Ancient Aliens that came on there, and then Pawn Stars right
Mystery
off the bat
Files
was right on there, and it's just like it just changed drastically, dude. It was so cool. Like at least like when I was younger and smoking pot, I would just
get high on the couch watching
documentaries.
documentaries and shit. Like, whoa,
Exactly
dude,
what I
like
was
they
gonna say.
sawed off that dude's leg. That's fucking intense.
But I remembered it too. Like it was interesting. What do you want to smoke, Jason?
No, I was.
That
just
was
emulating
that
it.
was clearly.
And the
it.
thing is, it's probably just better for ratings to have Pawn
It's
Stars
money.
and
It's
Storage
all
Wars.
money, dude.
That's the thing.
But I mean, like Pawn
You
Stars.
need eyes on your fucking channel to keep it alive.
Yeah,
In a dying medium.
it's awful,
Yeah.
dude. It's just they ruined it.
You know, well.
Well, you think a little differently than a lot of people. I mean, I know people that still have TV. I watch shit on Netflix and HBO and fucking Amazon and shit. You're almost exclusively like free shit, right?
Well, I mean, I have Hulu. I like,
Right.
you know.
We talked about this every
Yeah,
fucking
I like
podcast.
I like Hulu. No, but mostly, yeah, it's just a lot of YouTube, a lot of Spotify, a lot of just.
Can't let the government get my information.
I mean, that's one of the reasons.
Yeah,
It's on the list.
It's one of them. I don't like putting.
It's-
I don't give the IRS my direct deposit information for that exact
on that
reason.
list on his refrigerator it just says
That's
government.
why you haven't got a stimulus check yet.
Oh god, dude, that and the government tried to bend me over a barrel, but I wasn't
Fuck.
gonna let them.
Yeah, you gotta have multiple bank accounts. Then you can have like.
Oh
an
no,
account
baby,
you
I'm gonna
don't
let it
rely
all
on.
ride on Bitcoin.
Okie dokie.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah, I missed the entire thing by like fucking forever.
Yeah, that happened to a lot of folks.
I heard that they're that I don't know who it was, maybe Nancy Pelosi is like proposing a worldwide digital currency.
It's a
Yeah,
terrible
fuck that.
idea.
Yeah, fuck that.
I agree.
It's the same thing with fucking
That's
Facebook
fucking-
and their Libra
It's
coin.
the next step to just straight up slavery shit.
Yeah.
That's right. I
They
mean,
Way to
that's
work for the
correct.
company
They can
store,
literally
idiots.
shut you down if cash has no value.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Then I can't.
It already
fucking-
has no value, dude. It's just paper.
I mean,
No,
it,
I'm
it does
aware
have-
of that, but it
have
does.
value
You
in
can
the
trade it
sense
for
that
goods and services. You know
well,
what I
you'll
mean?
be able to trade this digital currency for goods and
Yeah,
services
but what about
too,
when
but-
my neighbor fucking wants to pay me $20 an hour to cut up trees in her yard? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you should be able.
Yeah.
That's just the next step for them having possession
it's
of
new-
every bit of our currency.
It's New
And-
World Order
and-
shit. It's
and
New World Order shit.
Do you not even realize how quickly they could non-person somebody? Just completely cut them
Well,
off.
that's exactly the that's
just
the end
completely
game.
cut them off.
Yeah.
Make them persona non grata.
That's when the movies start being made
Yeah.
about history.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could make someone
But they
persona
won't be
non
on the
grata,
History
and they
Channel.
won't be able to they won't be able to get money.
Not
and
after
spend
they
it
get
anywhere.
control.
Well, yeah.
The history movie will be on ABC instead of History Channel.
Oh man,
That's a great point.
Pussies.
I love this shit. This is my bread and butter right here.
What,
Oh, fucking one world currency and shit.
dude? Fuck
That's
all
what
that.
I'm saying. Like it's.
I've seen
it's
people
not good.
unironically talking about like, yeah, we should totally institute a one world currency because of this pandemic.
Dude, there is a percentage, and I'm not gonna say what it is, of my annual salary that my annual earnings.
What's the percentage?
that is working for friends for cash, and
He doesn't want to say so
What's
much.
the percentage?
He doesn't
yeah,
want to say. The
I'm not
IRS is gonna
interested.
audit his
I'm
ass.
only asking him because he said
it's
he
half
wasn't
of
gonna say it.
1%.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
There you go. So you really give a shit about this?
yeah,
Yeah.
but there's a lot of my income that comes from working just day labor, for cash. Like, not everything should be under the fucking government's control when it's between neighbors and shit.
Or just
I
think about
couldn't
the
agree
service
more,
industry.
and that's the problem with the digital shit is that
That's what I'm saying.
when you get, I know
Yeah.
I wasn't disagreeing with
I
you.
know.
I was just trying to understand your point more.
Right.
But because I'm in complete agreement. Like what sucks about the digital thing is that it means that literally every single transaction will go over computer,
And
which
get
can
taxed.
easily be monitored and then therefore taxed. I mean, like, and then if you lie about the income, they can easily prove
Fraud.
that you committed fraud. All of a sudden, you're a bad guy because
Money
you
laundering,
fucking mowed your 90-year-old neighbor's yard for $10. You know,
Well, exactly.
and
what
you gave him
about
50% off because he's old, and you feel
what about
bad.
kids doing chores or fucking shoveling driveways and shit like that?
Lemonade
I
stand.
don't.
Fuck taxing that. dude.
Lemonade stands.
Well,
Fuck.
I mean,
God,
like they
that's
just
bullshit.
passed a bill where the
I just
FBI
bought a
can look
couple-
at your browser history without a warrant because fuck you. That's
I don't
why.
care, man. They can see
Yeah,
my browser
mine's just
history.
porn.
I know what you mean.
I don't research.
It's
like
the
I
principle.
don't.
It's the principle
It's
of
the
thing.
violation of my rights.
Yes.
No, I totally
I get
understand.
that.
And saying I don't care is definitely the wrong thing. But that's like I'm less concerned about that than a universal
but-
digital currency.
Yeah, I'm more worried about unlawful search and seizure because
agree.
that's a more
Because
immediate.
you have something to hide. Yeah.
that's a more
That's more immediate
that's-
threat to
It's
you.
a more
Yeah.
immediate and pressing concern than a one world currency. That's not happening anytime
How many
soon.
murders have you fucking researched, Jason? How many bombings? How
By
many mass
research-
shootings?
What do you define research?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Okay,
by research-
committed.
Yeah, there you go.
I have not committed any bombings
Allegedly.
that I'm aware of.
Yeah.
No, I mean no.
I feel like even when you like say you didn't do something, you should still say allegedly, just because
Allegedly.
you're always.
Why would I say allegedly? If I'm denying something, I want to categorically
Because
deny
we
it.
all know
I'm not
you're
going to say
guilty.
no, I didn't do that. Allegedly,
Allegedly.
I'm going to
I
put
know.
doubt onto my denial.
I
It'd be
under-
good on stage though.
I understand the silliness of it.
Dude,
That's kind of why I
That's
said
a
it,
bit.
but-
If you start it with saying shit that you actually did and you said allegedly, and then you went super extreme, and you were like, I didn't do that.
Allegedly? Yeah.
That's a good
that's
bit.
a punchline. dog.
That's a good bit. I'll have to
Yeah.
work that in. No, but
Son
no,
of
like
a
I
bitch.
just I don't like the immediate stuff, man. I don't like it. It's
What are we talking about?
the fucking FBI.
Allegedly.
Oh, yeah, allegedly.
Allegedly, my
yeah,
internet
yeah.
history is clean enough to not be of a worry to the NSA.
Jesus Christ! Everything you say makes you sound so guilty.
I just watched a documentary about Ed Gein. All right, like
Oh, that's cool.
so.
I've been watching Mindhunters lately. Have you guys seen
Yeah, but
that?
you watch a documentary about a fucking serial
Fuck.
killer that upholstered their house in human flesh, and you're probably on a watch
Oh,
list
yeah,
somewhere.
Ed Gein.
No,
There's like
you're not,
5
dude.
movies about him.
No, you're
Dave, how
not.
many times have you been detained for additional screening?
Yeah, but you just got to look
Never.
about you.
Yeah, you see,
And you say shit like that.
I almost always get flagged for additional screening whenever I fly
Dude,
anywhere.
I don't blame them.
I always smell like weed. So I almost every time I've been in an airport,
That's never happened
they
to
pull
me,
me
dude.
off every time.
They punch my name into that computer, and I'll see the kind of look, and then I'm walking up, and they'll be like, well, "You have to step aside, please."
Yeah, I would pull you aside too, bro. I would profile the shit out
You
of
look like a guy that would 3D print a Glock. You know what I mean?
Why would
Out
I,
of plastic.
Why would I 3D print it when I can just buy the kit for way cheaper?
Well, it's got to be plastic.
You look
right?
like if
Metal
Ace
detector.
Ventura.
Glock is already pretty much all plastic.
You look like if Ace Ventura went to prison and then 10 years later got out
I've seen some things. They put me
and
away
went
from
to the airport
Yeah, dude.
with a parrot in your pocket.
Yeah,
And
you look like you
got pulled
fuck in
over.
front of animals.
Definitely not.
Huh. Yeah, you don't have any animals.
Yeah.
You look like you'd fuck in front of a turtle.
I mean,
I've fucked in front of a
I
turtle.
have,
Me too.
but you know, like, what do you do when you're in high school and you have a turtle tank?
I was out of high school, but I was taking care of
Just in
those
the
turtles while I
biology,
lived
just
on
in the biology lab with the teacher, getting extra credit. You know, fuck it.
Is that a
he
true
was a-
story?
No.
Damn it, I ruined it. You said he was a. Sorry.
I mean, no, we're gonna leave you in suspense. Dave.
Okay, cool.
I fucked
That's
it
cool.
No, dude, like turtles.
Your
It's-
podcast, bro. You can fuck it up all you want, bro.
Turtles, they're the fun, perfect, low maintenance pet.
Drunk ass.
But I feel like you can't own a turtle and not be looked at as some kind of sociopath.
Oh, Phil has
Hear that,
turtles.
Phil? yeah, you know Phil owns 2.
Yeah.
I mean,
And he has for like, what, 10 years or something like that? He's had them for a long time, hasn't he?
Since we're like 18, 19.
Oh, that's even longer.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm about to turn 30. Phil's 30.
Yeah. So wow, that's a long time, dude. I love those fuckers, dude.
Phil's
but
had
don't
the
they
turtles as long as he's been with Coel.
But don't they annoy the shit out of them because like sometimes they'll get out and just crawl around the house?
Well, that's not so bad. You're more concerned for their health,
So,
But they also could potentially spread salmonella around
I feel
your
like
house.
I remember Phil when we were on the way to Phoenix. Phil saying something about like them just kind of being a pain in the ass and
Well, you gotta
what are
clean
they,
the
Teenage
tank
Mutant
all
Ninja
the time.
Turtles?
I
Like,
was
how the
gonna
fuck are they getting out of the tank?
They
They're doing backflips and shit. Is this some Ocean's 11 crap going on right
Well, there's
here?
a lot of
Yes.
water in the tank, so they can swim and shit. Phil has a pretty big tank, but I think the landing was just a little too high at the time. And they're also pretty goddamn big.
just imagine it.
They do. That's exactly how it is. Yeah, I've heard a turtle fall out of a tank, and it's fucking rough.
God, dude. Do you laugh or do you not
Dude, one
laugh?
time when so after I got arrested, was on probation, me and Phil wanted to get out of this fucking house because we felt like we were paying too much. So Phil moved into a houseboat, and I moved in with my great grandma because she had an extra room, and I was like, I will literally repaint your house. Like, what do you need? Yeah, I'll take care of the yard. Like, and I had a job at the time, but I took Phil's turtles, and you have to wash the tank like once a week minimum. Like, minimum.
Okay.
It gets gnarly, dude.
It's a big
And
tank,
also, one time I was cleaning them out in the backyard, and my grandparents' backyard is beautiful. It's like grassy, so I like left them in this little tub, like a Tupperware, like that's all, and put a little water in there while I was cleaning the tank, and then I ran inside to do something, and then came out, and they're both gone.
Oh
And,
my god,
dude, they were
dude.
nowhere to be seen. They weren't on the grass, the patio, like I didn't see shit. So I just I took out my
You
headphones.
must have been jerking off for a long time.
I
in
wasn't
there.
jerking off.
Whatever. Dude,
Yeah,
it's
turtles
okay.
make me horny, Dave.
Well, I mean,
Well, you said-
like turtles don't exactly move at the speed of light, so you
yeah.
gave them some time to get the fuck out.
You must
Well, it
have
might have been
really
5 minutes, I might have been
Yeah,
eating a sandwich or
little,
something.
A little quickie session in the bathroom.
eating a
Gotcha.
sandwich.
I mean, I had a bedroom. I'm a gentleman. I would definitely have some kind of entertainment on a screen of some sort if I was going to try to pull off a quickie jerk-off session.
But
yeah,
Oh,
I came
gotcha.
back out. Turtles, see, I didn't think they'd be gone even if they got out. I didn't think I was that long. But the turtles were gone, bro.
maybe turtles are fast when people aren't looking.
Maybe.
Maybe nobody knows that.
Yeah.
Everybody thinks they're slow because that's
no,
what they
really,
want us to think.
it's only the Galapagos tortoise that's really slow.
No, they move pretty quick.
Most of them can boogie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It did not take them
I
long.
had a box tortoise, and that motherfucker could move.
Yeah.
I caught a snapping turtle on a fishing pole one time
That's
with the
They
fishing pole.
they
Yeah.
generally don't move.
It was pretty scary.
Yeah, they're pretty terrifying looking.
Snapping turtles, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
they're gnarly, dude. And
Good
they
eating.
don't. They buck too, dude. They don't lay down.
they're dinosaurs.
Yeah.
It's a dinosaur.
Seriously.
They're also delicious.
Seriously. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
What? Really?
yeah, they're really tasty.
Next time you pull it to the side of the boat, you stab it in the head, Dave.
Okay.
You want to go more for the neck
Yeah.
because the head has the sharp part.
You could probably just throw it in the oven too, because the shell will
No,
cover. It would be like aluminum foil over the meat inside. And just,
No.
Like a
just
Dutch
big.
oven.
No, I don't think that's how that works.
I
at
don't
all.
think so either. But I
I've
think
never cooked alligator.
it's a funny ass
alligator
vision.
snapping turtle, but
Whatever.
I've definitely eaten one, and it was tasty.
Really?
Yeah.
What it tastes like?
Gator.
What's gator taste like?
Chicken.
I mean, it's like
It
chicken,
does.
but with like a little bit, like it tastes like it comes from water. Like if the chicken
I've
lifts
Tastes
up,
sold-
like it
beach.
comes from
I've
Florida.
sold alligator at 2 different restaurants I've worked at. It's fucking fine,
Did you
dude.
ever work
it's
at Papa Do's?
delicious.
I did work at Papa Do's.
I ate gator at Papa Do's.
That's one of the places. Yeah, I worked there for a while, and yeah, their gator's really good, dude. I mean, it's just fried gator. It's just
Yeah.
like everything else, but everything at Papa Do's is really good.
Yeah, but anything
Everything.
fried is also really tasty too.
That's
That's true.
fried is
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, but yeah, snapping turtle tastes like gator, but a little gamier. Like think kind of like the comparison
I don't
between
like the gamier shit.
cow and like elk.
Yeah.
Elk's
Elk's
good if
though.
you make it right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Joe Rogan makes me want elk, like when I see his fucking
Gotta
Instagram
kill one,
post.
son.
I want to eat a buffalo.
I don't really
They're-
want to kill
they're-
one, dude.
I do.
I don't want to
kinda
know.
endangered.
I
I
will
don't
to
wanna
eat it.
know
Really?
what it feels like.
Yeah.
Nah, I'd rather
No,
not.
I just want.
We're not gonna make you
Oh, no.
fucking drink
I
the
feel
blood
like
of the
touching.
deer.
I feel like
why do I
that's
gotta
as
kill it?
close as you can get to like your genetic ancestry is like
Especially me,
hunting.
Neanderthals.
Well, anybody, dude. That's how food was acquired.
I know, dude. It was
Well,
I mean, you
you're
could
people,
you could run
could
around
probably
with
eat
a
a
fucking
squirrel.
club, but
yeah, yeah.
that's on you. I'll take a rifle, thank you.
I mean, whatever. I would go hunting and I would kill one. I'm just saying I'd rather somebody else do all the work
Do your
and
killing
then
for you?
Yep, and then I'll just put it on the grill.
You could probably find elk at Sunnyside.
No, well,
That's a good
you
question.
can't sell wild game in the U.S.
What?
Yeah,
I'm sure I've seen elk somewhere.
yeah, but it's from New Zealand.
Or like
most
a
of it.
farm. There's an elk farm
Oh,
near
fuck
Cortez.
that, dude. No.
No, you're not allowed to sell wild game.
That's
It's-
weird because there's a fucking elk farm near Cortez.
Yeah,
like
but
it's between main
I think you
Really?
can allow people to hunt them on your farm, but I don't think you can just slaughter them and sell them.
I mean, I have no idea. All I know is
I'm
that
almost
it's
positive.
It's a
I've
fucking
seen the
farm.
elk farm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think you can just slaughter them and sell them.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm asking questions.
yeah. I'm almost positive that most
a-
of the elk,
Goddamn government getting
And,
in the way
like,
of us eating delicious.
most of the elk and
delicious
venison and anything like that you see in America is from New Zealand.
They sell buffalo.
But what about
at
I was gonna
City
say, what about
Market.
buffalo? Yeah, buffalo, like
I don't
buffalo,
know.
They have bison at City Market.
ground buffalo, ground bison. They got.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I think you might be full
Maybe
of shit.
it's in restaurants.
I'm just kidding.
I don't know.
I don't know.
It might be dependent on the animal. Might be dependent on where it comes from. I don't fucking know. I don't care. All I know is that steak was hella cheap for a minute, and now it's back to being hella expensive.
Yeah,
Dude, I got some crazy
maybe it
news.
was just old steak you bought before.
No, dude.
Could have been, dude. No?
I'll buy old steak if the expiration date's today. Okay, we can make this happen.
Yeah.
No, I got a fresh
Don't do it with
pound
pork.
and a half of, sirloin for
Mm.
like $7.
That's a bargain.
Yeah.
Well, see, Kat and I, we got this fucking huge pot roast for like $5. It was like a pound and a half.
Ah,
And we made pot roast with it, and it was like delicious. It came out fine, but like that was what I was saying
it was less
Yeah.
tender.
earlier. It was like Kat was like a little bit embarrassed because like it's the first time it never came out perfect.
Right.
But I told her, I was like, that's exactly why I don't usually buy the cheapest thing
Yeah.
in the store, man. Like
it's
because
rare.
because it was just priced to sell because it was getting old, so it was tougher and it didn't cook as well.
Like
and
a fish special.
yeah.
essentially, yeah.
I
Push
marinated
the
that
fish.
steak for 3
Push
fucking
the
days. It
fish.
was delicious.
What's
That'll
that?
do it.
I marinated that steak for 3 fucking days. It
Oh
was
well, yeah,
delicious.
that's awesome. And the meat tasted good. It was just tougher than it should have been after being in the crock pot for 8 hours, dude. It was just because we bought the cheap shit.
Whatever, dude. You fed all of us for $5 and
Yeah.
whatever the potatoes and carrots cost.
Right, yeah, and the broth and shit.
Seems
but like,
affordable.
yeah, oh, it's super
delicious.
affordable. I just feel bad. It just like it makes me feel sad for Kat because I'm like, I understand what she had in mind and I understand what came out, and it was just not to her specifications, and it made her feel not. They just made her feel a little embarrassed.
Wasn't real
Yeah,
proud of
man.
it.
No, she wasn't.
That's how I feel whenever I cook something for someone else.
Every time.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, but I bet
I'm
you
a-
cook bomb ass shit.
I made for
What are you trying to
for
say,
Trevin,
bro?
You got a cabinet full of spices
trying to
and a
say?
fridge full of condiments.
What are you
Well, for
saying?
Trevin's birthday, I
You
made
went to culinary school.
I made a bread
Cat's
pudding
Jewish.
with Jack Daniel's caramel sauce for Trevin's birthday.
No, I wasn't talking about Kat. Her
Out
shit
of
was
bagels.
fire.
I'm
Go ahead,
just
sorry.
It was
joking,
delicious,
Yeah?
but I wasn't as happy with it.
Right.
Yeah,
I
I
thought
just
it'd
think
be a little better.
yeah, I think that's just kind of par for the course when it comes to cooking for someone else.
Especially when you're being
That's
creative.
honestly
especially
that's true.
and especially when you know how to,
Yeah.
especially when you like have experience in cooking.
Well, I'm about to grill us burgers, and if they come out poorly, I'm gonna be super
Just
disappointed.
blame it on the
in
fact
Dave.
that I bought them.
Yeah.
Just-
Dave
just-
fucked
No,
it
you
up.
got
for sure.
you got good burger meat.
I did.
Yeah. No. Well, I got frozen burgers from Sunnyside, and I didn't thaw them. I
Oh.
just threw them on the grill,
No,
and
that's where you fucked up.
I
no
know.
good,
I'm
dude.
aware.
That's where you
and they
fucked up.
tasted way worse than I thought they would.
Yeah,
So I'm
well,
not
yeah,
gonna do
when
that
you
again.
when you fucking do it wrong, of course it comes out.
Dude,
tasty.
I
I'm
know,
pretty
but I was
excited to
lazy
eat
and I
these
was
burgers.
trying to ball on a budget. They had like 2.5 pounds of patties for this much, but I was already hungry, so I just like didn't do anything. Yeah,
Right.
I fucked it up.
Beans and rice, baby.
Beans and R. B&R.
Yeah, I like protein. Makes
Beans
me feel
have protein.
good.
Dude,
I like more protein.
speaking of rice,
Get some ham hock.
I got some kind of crazy news.
We made a crock pot full of pinto beans. Go on.
I was saying, speaking of rice, that reminded me of something that I found out yesterday, which is kind of crazy, which is that, so, like, Kat and I both are on 23andMe, and she didn't know, like, about all these features that the app has.
Your family history.
And I go on there. I go on there all the time to check updates and stuff. And I was explaining it to her.
Why?
Because it's interesting, dude. It's so interesting. I promise you, if you had it, you'd understand.
I've done it, and I haven't looked at it more than
if
twice.
you had the app on your phone, you would.
You see, I've never done it, and I'm not gonna do it.
Because
that's,
you're scared of the
where?
government. We know.
That's because government get your
government's
DNA.
on your list. on your
I went to
refrigerator.
jail. They have my DNA.
Anyway, check this
They
out,
didn't
though.
take mine.
So one of the features that I told Kat about was it gives you a list of potential relatives, and it says like the amount of percentage your DNA connects and the potential like relationship. And so like we found that Kat has an uncle that she never knew about the other day, and
What, like down the road?
What do you mean?
In Florida.
No,
I was wondering
not
where
in Florida.
I was wondering where he was because
He was in Well, what happened was he messaged Kat because Kat like had to submit to be like included in this list of potential relatives for other people. Like they don't just connect you if you don't want to. That you gotta allow it. But anyways, 5 minutes after she allowed it, this guy's like, "Hey, I think you might be my niece. Does the name blah 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 mean anything to you?" And it's Kat's mom. And he said, I was adopted in 1978, and I'm just trying to find out any information. So he's like, so they talked on the phone yesterday for the first time. And they're talking, and he's like, yo, just so you know, I have my wife here with me. She's on speakerphone because this is crazy. And in case I forget any, like, questions, like, she's just here to support me, which Kat totally was cool with. And then he's like, man, it's so crazy to finally talk to my sister. And Kat's like, what are you talking about? Like on 23andMe it said you're my uncle. And he goes, well, my mother's name is blah 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 blah, and I'm pretty sure you're her daughter too. And he's absolutely correct. They have the same mom, different dads.
Crazy.
So we found out yesterday that Kat has a brother that, out of nowhere, he's like 42. He's lives like in the South somewhere. He's older. Got a wife and 4 kids. Like just doing really well. And like Kat had to break some pretty shitty news to him, but what she thought was shitty. But like he was just like, don't even worry about it. Don't feel bad at all. I just wanted to know something. I've lived 42 years without ever knowing anything about this woman. So yeah, they were able to like really help each other. And the reason the rice reminded me of it is because he's half Asian.
Huh.
So I got a half Asian brother-in-law now.
That's cool.
It's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
you
I
can
can't
tell-
wait to go meet
You can
him,
tell
dude.
jokes about Asians now.
Dude, now I can.
Yeah, I'm not quite redneck enough to tell all the jokes I tell, but my
Dude,
family damn sure is.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are, bro. You can definitely do it. I'm a little white trash, but not enough to where I could tell the jokes that you tell. That would just be, like a different level. You got the fucking redneck shit on lock.
It's just who I am.
It's hilarious, dude. No, you really do it well because, like, that's this topic that it's probably been discussed a million times, but your jokes are personal to you and they relate. They're not hack, and it's funny.
Try not to
You
be
can
hack,
do
for
that.
sure.
You can do that because, I mean, dude, I see you, dude. You fucking literally will dig holes in the ground for 8 hours a day. If that's
what I
what needs to
did
be, if that's
today.
what needs to be done.
Not 8 hours, but I put in 4 for sure.
You'll fucking build an engine and fucking go on a jet ski or something.
Yeah, with the power of YouTube, we can make a lot of shit happen.
Saying
Oh,
you were, yeah. I used to live right next door to a redneck, and he just it seemed like he was just always keeping busy, from my perspective.
Yeah, he hated his wife. The busiest I've ever been is when I was in a bad relationship. Just like, I'm always fixing shit. I'm looking for shit to fix.
Yeah.
I'm tearing the truck apart. I don't know. Like, I just got to get out of the house.
Fuck yeah,
I would tear my dirt bike apart.
That's cool, man.
Put it back together.
Yeah.
Graveyard shifts really help with that.
I bet.
A graveyard shift? Oh, man.
Not great for maintaining relationships, but it's a hell of an extra strategy.
That's a good thing, dude. I don't give a shit. Like, that's a good thing. I wish... I mean, I guess I can't say I wish I would have been productive in that way, because I was productive just inside always. Like, it was usually writing and playing music when I was younger, but like I put a lot of effort into it. But
I always just feel like I'm being lazy.
Oh, I just switched my entire schedule to night shifts, so I wouldn't have to be around you. And then the times I just was asleep.
That's
what?
Seems in relationships.
That's how you end a relationship right there. It's completely
a little passive aggressive, but yeah.
Well, I mean, we had a lease.
Yeah.
I had to wait.
My passive aggressive thing was talk about booty calls on the podcast, and then they would listen and then basically never talk to me again.
No, we had already had
never said their names or anything.
We had already
but
had
they knew
talk.
Oh yeah, they knew.
Were they half Asian?
One of them gave me a super rough hand job, and
That's half Asian.
Man, an angry handy Jay
was very white.
Is a good time.
It was a little too angry, too much pressure.
Ouch.
It was like a vice.
Ugh.
Not good.
Well, however you
Just
gotta relieve that stress.
Huh. Anything crazy happened to you recently, Jason?
Recently?
I feel like that's a funny question to ask Jason. Dude.
Well, I feel like
This is a great question. No,
I wrote a joke about it, man. I was walking by that fucking garage sale. I saw a bunch of VHS tapes. And
Did you karate chop them?
No, dude. I just had a memory of when I was like 14, 13. And I had a bunch of VHS tapes and we sold them at a garage sale.
So you're telling us basically the craziest thing that's happened to you is you had a memory?
Yeah, dude. Well,
oh, man.
When you get to my age at 33, man, and you start having memories of like, and you start having memories of like your early teens, you're just kind of like, oh yeah.
I have memories all the time.
No, no, actually, you want to know the craziest thing that happened to me this week was I went to game night to play board games with Trevin and Jadrian, right?
Uh-huh.
And I was walking back and I saw a mountain lion.
Really?
Yeah.
So you walked.
And it saw you.
Walked to their house.
No, I walked to their house and I was walking back,
uh-huh.
and I saw a fucking mountain
bike.
Lion. No,
dude, you know how much better the ride back from Jadrian and Trevin's house would be?
Do you know how much quicker I'd be killed by a mountain lion?
Bikes go past the window where the girl's in too fast, so he can't do that.
Yeah, but there's no footsteps. As long as it doesn't squeak, you're creeping.
What?
I'm just making a creeper joke.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Never mind. When you're walking,
it was the peeping Tom joke.
Yeah, fuck it. I can't explain it. I mean, I can, but it's just never. It's never worth it.
I don't look into my neighbors' windows unless they have like.
What about Trevin's
HBO.
neighbors?
Unless they have HBO, and then you watch the porn they watch.
No, then I'm watching Game of Thrones.
There's Latin porn. It's pretty good.
How else am I supposed
on HBO?
LP?
Yeah, the Latin porn on HBO.
Man, I could just watch Telemundo and watch like some game shows, and pretty much get the same effect.
Yeah, I mean, or the Weather Channel, you know.
Dude, we had.
Those are some sharp suits.
Yeah, well, and there's also hot girls with giant asses on Mexican weather channels.
Yeah, you ain't wrong.
In my experience.
Oh yeah,
you ain't wrong.
Dude, we had this lady come and buy some fucking
porn
food from us, and we slipped some porn under the bag. But no, the other day at Steamworks, and she was just beautiful, man. But like then she mentioned that she used to be a reporter on Albuquerque News, and I was like, that makes sense, like she had that look. Like, I mean, it's funny because you can even though everybody's wearing masks, you could tell the more attractive ones from the less attractive ones. And she had a mask on when she came up, but then like she took it off, and she was just as beautiful,
like
as
professionally pretty.
But like, it was just like so manicured. So like, I mean, not to make it sound bad, I mean,
it's oatmeal hot.
it's just more
Hot, but
superficial than
bland.
I care for. But it was like she was still just beautiful.
Yeah.
Man. I forgot why we were talking about that.
You were just wishing you had money.
What? I got money, son.
I would
dude.
like a boat.
Boat.
You do?
You would like a boat,
Dude,
Brian.
have you ever been wakeboarding? It's awesome.
Yeah, I have.
No.
You could do that twice a week if you had a boat.
That's true, man. My neighbors have a boat, and they go out every fucking weekend. They do not waste that shit at all.
I should give them my number.
You should just come over, and you'll meet them.
Yeah,
They live.
probably
They
should.
share. I share a wall with them.
I am super likable.
Well, when,
I mean, not
should
when you
bring-
put it like
no.
that.
Now, that,
I would never say that in front of them.
now that you put it like that, you should bring Kelly so that they invite you.
Obviously.
So they don't think you're, a
no, she's
psychopath.
my main selling point.
Yeah, exactly right.
You're gonna like one of us.
Yeah.
You know.
You like my mullet or her red hair?
I don't
You're
quite have a
getting
mullet.
there.
I
You're
don't
getting
think
there.
I don't think it's a mullet.
Oh,
That's because yours is a little worse. So you don't want to admit he has one. I'm just joking, Balmforth. Don't give me that
it's
sad
there.
eye.
It's there.
I
Speaking
know
of-
it is.
speaking of mullet, our boy Callan Reese just hitchhiked to Salt Lake City to do
Dude.
comedy.
Do you remember Callan?
He has the mullet and the big horn rim glasses
Yeah.
from Denver.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
Sorry if I touched on something like
Vaguely.
touchy for you.
No, it's more like yeah.
I've been looking at it this whole time.
yeah.
Sorry.
He looks like. Have you seen Waco on
Yeah,
Netflix?
no, I know who you're
Yeah,
talking
that
He
was
looks
no,
funny.
exactly like
no,
that
I
guy.
know who you're
I saw
talking
your
about.
comment.
It just took me a second to remember
Yeah.
because I think I've met the guy like twice.
Yeah, I think
Me too.
I hosted a show during the festival that he was on,
Yeah.
and I don't remember if you were on that or not. I think you were. You weren't.
No, I was not.
The festival.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is your picture not on that wall?
You performed at the festival, dude, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah, you killed.
I wore shorts.
But you were just on a different show that day?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I was on a different show.
No, but Callan was he was also not only really fucking funny.
No, I
on
still find
stage.
myself on that Four Corners next best comic where I
Oh,
lost
yeah.
in the first round.
Me too, bro.
Fucking fantastic.
Sorry, man.
I was 6 months in going up against someone that's 5 years in. I mean, I just allowed myself embarrassment.
Yours was a
Basically.
different format.
I don't
But
know.
then,
I
yeah.
feel like I crushed that fucking mic.
I agree. I
But
watched.
remember how brutal some of the judges were? Well, I mean, for me, they were brutal because they were listening
No,
to
dude,
me.
it was just kind of like I feel like you're looking down on me for wearing shorts, but it's fucking hot outside and I don't give a shit.
Oh,
I
are you
walked
talking
here.
about the one oh when I said that? Oh,
Everyone said that. They're like, "Don't wear shorts." I was like,
I
mean, I'm
hope
gonna-
you didn't ever take that personal. I just had to.
"No,
take,
I've heard that so many times. It's just kind of like, listen, it's hot outside,
I
and
remember.
this is a mic. Like I wore a button-down shirt.
well,
I
that
think-
wasn't a mic.
That was not a mic. That was
That was a theater
straight-
show.
Yeah, but I
straight-
showed up in a nice shirt,
I remember
good
what
clean
I
cut
said.
shorts.
I remember what I said to you now, dude. I said that was a good set, bro, but those are great calves. Because like that's the point. Like it distracts people when you not wear shorts. You know.
Yeah, man. Well, I was a baller on
I
a budget. I
don't-
couldn't
hey,
do laundry.
Who the fuck am I? I don't care.
I don't
I
give a
was
shit
just
either.
Why
had
you
to
gotta
make.
bring up old shit?
It's whatever.
He
man.
brought it up.
No,
I'm
I did
just
bring it up. But no, I totally feel like that was part of it because I was like, man, I crushed that set. And then
You did great. No,
I
man,
was like, fuck.
nah, dude.
There's no
I
sour
wore a
grapes
flannel
about
shirt.
it. I told everyone I was gonna lose in style, and that's
Well,
exactly what I fucking
I
did.
feel like you did manifest it
You
because that's what you
predicated it,
told me
yeah.
beforehand.
Yep, you manifested that.
Yeah,
thing.
backstage you told me that.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Oh, I already knew. I took one look at the judges, and I was like, oh well.
I was one of the judges. What are you talking about?
I just took a look back there. I was like,
Just
oh,
like,
well,
fuck Dave.
I'm fucked.
I
No,
felt
I
the
was
same
like,
way,
I was
except Dave.
like, I have one of three.
Yeah, dude,
One-
I had your back. Just
No,
because I
no.
made a joke about your shorts doesn't mean I
No,
didn't.
no, but what
And
I was saying is when I looked at the bench of judges, I was like, I have one of three, so I have an uphill battle
Yeah.
already. And
I like a challenge though.
yeah,
I felt like Kyle and Kate were pretty fair, though.
yeah, I mean, I don't
You
have
know,
any
like-
animosity.
Oh, Kyle was. I like Kyle.
We got so hammered up there is all that happened.
Yeah, there was another.
I remember.
Yeah.
I was there.
Yeah, drunk
Yeah.
Dave came out for sure.
No, it didn't. No, it didn't. I kept it pro the whole show.
No, you were funny. You were just drunk.
I know, but I didn't like say anything
Nah.
stupid or anything.
I
No,
agree.
you didn't get mad
You
at
were
the
good.
audience. It was great.
Yeah.
Didn't call anybody a cunt.
No,
Yeah,
no
you know?
pieces of shit were flown. But
It's a
no,
theater show.
We got hammered, but like we kept it pro the whole time. But then afterwards, I probably got then Drunk Dave come out.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, this is about as long as we can fit in a YouTube video. You guys want to grill some food?
Let's
Let's grill some food.
Fuck yeah. You got anything to say to the people, Jason?
Smoke meth, eat babies.
Nice.
Yeah,
Dave?
it's perfect. Couldn't say it better myself, but do check out Comic Uprising. We're putting together a festival. It's coming through. We talked to the event.
The venue.
The venue, excuse me. Yeah, we spoke to the venue the other day on the phone, and it looks like
It's the Durango
we're good
Arts
to go.
Center.
Yeah, Durango Arts Center is what we're looking at for August 27th through 29th.
Fuck yeah.
Put in submissions
do
to comicuprising.com. Yeah, I mean, like, we are literally probably one of the only big events going on in Durango this summer. I mean, there's nothing. A lot of other people have been like, you know, not being like very proactive in preparing for when the quarantine ends, I feel like.
Uh-huh.
But that's all Jill and I have been doing, is been like setting ourselves up for when this quarantine ends. Like, we're ready to jump right back into it and start throwing shows again.
Fuck yeah.
So, I mean, I'm pretty
That's what we
sure
need.
we're one of the only big events this summer. Four Corners Comedy Festival, August 27th through 29th. Put in your submissions at comicuprising.com. I believe they're $25. And then, yeah, we're going to do some other special things for everybody that makes it out.
Nice.
So keep an ear out for that.
Yeah, Comic Uprising on all social media.
Yep.
And at Davo Laughs.
You got that right.
Yeah, you can find us at GLW_podcast on Instagram, Greenlight Weekend on YouTube and Facebook. There's videos of all these episodes. If you have time to sit and watch us talk, do it. The
Yeah.
YouTube numbers have gone up. Everybody seems to have more time right now, so
What? No.
yeah, it's weird. Yeah, and greenlightweekend at gmail.com. Shout out to Ethan Esparza at Hip Hop Trip on SoundCloud. He's the soundtrack of the Greenlight Weekend, the intro outro music. And shout out to our boys at the Whiskey Reel. And
Yes, dude, for real.
yeah, Whiskey Reel
Whiskey
and
Reel, shout out.
deadroomcomedy.com
Oh yeah, those
sponsors this podcast.
guys. Yeah.
Yeah, check them out on Instagram, Facebook, Dead Room Comedy, and deadroomcomedy.com, where you can find weekly one-liners to brighten up your work week. Yeah,
Yeah, you got that right, bro.
I've read that so many
It's
times.
hilarious.
Boy.
All right, we love you guys.
All right.
Closing statements?
You know, just fuck meth, smoke a dick.
Hey, look, I just made it happen. Another young man out here rapping. All these antagonists coming at me. Saving the day, I'm the captain. Just imagine that I am a hero. Truth is, I ain't even got a scene, no. I don't ball, probably can't make a free throw. Lay a motherfucker out like Debo. That's right, little man with a big hook. And I got a big brain, reading them big books. I don't make shit rain, blinking when I switch lanes. Man, I play my shit safe, I don't get shit looks. Drowning your swag in a swimming pool. All you fake rappers never even been to school. Kendrick had that one called Swimming Pools. And it went over your heads, you ever been to school? Nah. Pay attention, motherfuckers. Y'all settle down, settle in, motherfuckers. Telling y'all never gon' win. Every time I go in with a pad and a pen, motherfuckers. Apologies, y'all can't. Face mad, it's a prodigy, that's kind. Min sense is a part of me, that's I. Make sense when you step, better be kind. But then, I ain't in the game tryna make threats. I be in the game tryna get checks. More than that, there's much more to rap than getting money, little honeys in a honey stack. You poppin' rubber bands and I'm done with that. Or maybe it's because I ain't done it yet. Whatever the fact is, too many whack kids that follow whack average plastic rappers. Yeah. Gucci belt, Louis belt, Fendi fucking wallet. Drop the stupid topic, heard enough of all the nonsense. Blood was spilled on the rocks, mounted on your watches. It's revolution time, revolutionize your conscience. Hey look, hey look, hey look, hey look, hey look, hey look. Hey look, 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 hey look. My bro said he wanna hear me sell out, but I don't know if I could ever sell out. Might as well just go to jail, put me in a cell and just sell out. Who am I kidding? Yeah, I wanna get rich. Tired of the struggle trying to make my rent. It's the same old shit, it ain't different. Some dudes alright, singing life's a bitch. What the fuck is this? I'm at the bottom end. Hate an alligator, I'm a hippopotamus. Stomping your shit until the lowest sediment. Cause you didn't make sense when you're moving them lips. Homie, get a new head when you need a new lid. People are thinking that's an opportunity to win. Taking it to another level with a little bass and treble. Knocking it out the park, I'm swinging from the fence. It's a trip. Hey look, 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 hey look.